a June snowstorm blizzard, and I lost my horse and had to fucking go out in it. That was a disaster.
Heck, back in '05 when we had those blizzards that were stacked up behind each other right around Christmas, Fred, you know, he always looked like a genius because he was calving around that time of year.
The cabinet's locked and I have all my stuff in there, Suzanne.
Those blizzards hit.
So he brought his cows in.
We were out there searching for them out in the blizzards because we had to get them up off the ground. It was only a matter of minutes before they'd freeze to death on the ground.
Come on, Suzanne.
What are you missing?
Everything.
Your phone or headphones?
Yeah, honey. Honey. Okay. Come on, Suzanne.
Gentlemen. Morning. Al, you're right there. I'll go see what...
Suzanne's downstairs grabbing somebody. I'm sorry. She's at the front door.
Is that drawer's not open?
No.
How's Big Al doing?
I'm well. Thank you, brother.
You look well.
Thank you. I am.
Love the shirt.
Thank you. I was trying to be festive.
Yes, you always. You're the only one that comes in festive.
You know?
Festivus for the rest of us.
I don't follow.
Oh, I like that. Festivus, I remember that for the rest of us.
Tommy, what's a good word?
Oh, Hawaiian. Why do I not remember this ever?
That's why I always wear shorts, because it's kind of long.
It's kind of Hawaiian.
I mean, it's good enough.
Come on, Jeff. You started it. You started the
sandals and it's over.
You don't want to see my feet, man.
Festivus for the rest of us. Hoo-wee.
Can I plug you for next pen? Do you have one?
I do.
Awesome.
Paper?
I switched. No, I brought my pad, but I got changed in them.
Nancy, I'm sorry. I did talk to Corey. She said they were assessing the boiler room and everything. They were representing the owner of the building. Oh, here you go.
Hey, Nick, how long would it take to get that one dent out?
I'm surprised it got
That's it?
out. Usually
See, my brother-in-law does it. He didn't think he could do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it's a good idea. I love these hits there.
He works in Minnesota and he does a lot and he's good.
Who?
My brother-in-law does paintless dent, but he did, when he seen that picture.
Your brother-in-law?
Yeah.
Has he been doing that a long time?
Oh,
by a few hundred, or maybe
years,
25,
yeah.
$30, $50, depending on the materials.
But he thought
I taught Nick everything.
Yep. He didn't think the paint probably might crack or.
I mean, if you look at it close, you see a little bit of mark under the bra, but I mean, it's so minor. Can't see it in pictures, I don't think.
The ultimate 60s battle is now playing at the 80 stage. Join Motones and Jerseys for an evening of 60 songs, dance, and crowd interaction. Motones versus Jerseys. Guide down the BBT stage through
Slow drivers, just like
that. 449 visit BBTstage.com for tickets.
Nice, get out of the city.
The real estate man. Whether buying or selling, you can't do better.
We literally work to earn your business every single day. We do not hold you to a long-term contract.
You won't believe the level of service when you list your home.
We send in a cleaning crew and a virtual tour crew right off the top.
He has stats to prove he sells faster and for more money.
We not only sell your home faster and for more money, we back it up.
Frank Duran, the real estate man, with RE/MAX Alliance. 303-920-1620.
These are good. You know, make your that's just your buck.
I get to act like Mark.
They get to act like Mark. And Suzanne can talk.
Mark taking off today?
He's serving north.
Oh, he doesn't enjoy that, doesn't he? But I'm sure it's not serving an invitation to a party.
No. Well, kind of a party.
Yeah, get up the first day. Oh, your friend will be there.
Of course.
Now that I'm talking about it, I'm kind of feeling like I've lost about 4 hours of every day. I decided I needed to find an alternative. So I started looking, and then Jewel came up. I did both for a while. And eventually, I just switched over, and it's very quick.
Meanie made this.
Hey, how did it go? Your thing last Saturday?
It went well. You know, we had a good bunch of people come out. A lot of people for the first time have ever been with us and stuff.
And stuff. He said and stuff too.
Yeah.
The guy says, I say and stuff.
No, that word.
It's good. No, it's good. It's
okay. It's amazing how many people say it.
I'm not responsible for that. Are you not allowed to
It's
say?
and stuff.
And stuff, you know, get in stuff.
And you're not allowed to say like.
Is there any other stuff we're not allowed to say?
Like. No, like.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we are fighting for you. You know, I love saying that, and I love the fact that you tune in and that we're the #1 podcast in all the land. Well, not all the land, like the entire list, but definitely kick-the-ass radio shows and other news outlets. But here's what we're doing. We're really accomplishing one main thing here: education. Even if you don't get help. Now, we do help, but obviously, you know, hundreds of thousands of people we have, and into the millions over the course of a month that we contact, but we can't help but a small fraction. However, when you listen and learn, you can't beat it. And this is the only show you will ever hear this stuff discussed. So welcome. It's Troubleshooter.com, Referralist.com. And I don't do much with Troubleshooter. I should do more. Really, though, if you go to Referralist.com, there is a link over to the Troubleshooter site. And here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to turn that Troubleshooter site into more spontaneous consumer news. So I'm going to open it to the public for posting of consumer alerts. And I need someone to moderate it. So if ever you're interested in taking this over and moderating it, you let me know. I want people who love consumer advocacy. I want volunteers who, when they see an injustice, they snap a picture or take video and then post it. I want deputies. This is for the common good. Anyway, let me get to the phones. 303-713-TALK. You can let us know if you want to help out with our website. The Troubleshooter website now, not Referralist, at help@troubleshooter.com. Just drop us a line. And, of course, you can reach us, help@troubleshooter.com, from all over the country. And thank you very much for the people who have been posting and emailing us from all over, because I asked them to do it. And the farthest person, we have people in Hawaii. Did you know that, Suzanne? We have people listening in Hawaii. So welcome. What I want you to do right now is just call if you need help. 303-713-TALK. We also have 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Eric wants to talk about, today is card day. I have my experts I'll introduce in a sec here. Eric wants to talk about State Farm salvage parts or whatever. Hi, Eric. What's going on, man?
Good morning, Tom.
What's happening?
I'm being scammed by State Farm in a huge way.
You're scammed?
Yes. My tires and wheels were stolen off my 2016 Durango on March 10th. They have had my car tied up for going on 6 weeks.
Well, hold on. Tom, they were stolen. Tires and wheels?
Yes, my tires and wheels were stolen.
Did they jack it up?
No, the thieves jacked it up. And
that's what I meant. So it wasn't somewhere already jacked up. They came to your home or place, and was this overnight?
Yes.
This is pretty aggressive, man. So, Eric, we're talking about people in the middle of the night jacking up your car. These must be some great wheels.
Oh my God, Tom, they're not aftermarket. I have a 2016 Durango RT.
They're not aftermarket?
It's a laptop package. It's a performance. And they have sent me,
Eric,
literally,
these wheels,
parts from a salvage yard.
But hold on. You're going way ahead. I need to know something. Why are these wheels so desirable that someone would jack up your car and steal them?
Because the wheels are $600 a piece and the tires are $350 a piece. It's a very exclusive package from Dodge.
So they have $1,000. They made off with $4,000 that night.
Absolutely, they were professionals. They left the lug nuts right in the driveway and they were gone immediately.
Okay, well that was nice of them to leave your lug nuts. Eric, what's going on now? You put in an insurance claim and you're upset with the replacements.
Tom, it's been 6 weeks.
What year is this, did you say?
It's a 2016.
It's a 2016.
I can explain the scam to you in about 1 minute.
Go ahead.
Okay, I called my agent. My agent hands it off to an assistant. My assistant hands it off to State Farm's claims. State Farm's claims asked me to call an electronics company in Manhattan, Kansas. The electronics company in Manhattan, Kansas is going to find my replacement wheels. So they go to a Dodge dealership in Dallas. These things are absolute trash. And then they send them to Les Schwab, who I have no relationship with, to install them at my house. They've made a mess of my car, and Barb Frank Insurance Agency at 261 South Alameda should be ashamed of themselves, Tom.
What agency is this?
I've been with for 10 years.
Daryl, who's the agent?
Barb Frank.
Okay.
Farm Insurance Agency.
Listen.
She should be ashamed of herself.
Well, Eric, this is really easy. Insurance agents that work for companies that are captive agents, these captive agents, they're beholden to State Farm. Think about this. If he wanted to give State Farm a hard time, what is he going to do? He only sells State Farm. So, whereas take somebody like Compass Insurance Group, they represent 25, 26 companies. If one of them doesn't help a consumer right, they'll give them hell, and they don't care if they have to drop the line if they're not doing a good job, and then they'll switch the consumer. Right now, here's what we have to do. How long have you had State Farm?
Oh my God, 10 years.
All right, you're not only did you get screwed on your first claim, you're overpaying drastically with State Farm, the worst deal in the business. But one of them. Let's talk about what you do. You are now, Eric. I don't know from Adam. I don't know if you are exaggerating. I don't know if you are a nitpicker. But I will tell you this. You deserve not new wheels, you deserve comparable wheels. They do not have to give you new wheels. I want to make that very clear. But if you had great wheels, they can't give you salvage pieces of garbage. Now, without elaborating a lot, Eric, I get that you're upset, okay? We need now to concentrate on the help part. Without unloading, I need to know what is wrong with the current wheels.
They're from a salvage yard, Tom.
But what is wrong with the wheels?
They have the original balancing magnet from the last car.
Well, that can be changed. What is wrong with the actual wheel?
Vehicle. They look like crap. Did you look at the pictures I sent? Tom?
No, I will, though. That's what I want to know. You're saying that these are unacceptable because are they scratched?
Yes. They're scratched, they're dull, they're beaten up, and they have the original balancing magnets from the last car.
But will you get off the
my car.
Eric, get off the magnets. I don't care about everyone has magnets they use, and
not
so
on
what?
A new wheel, they don't.
Eric, you're not entitled to a new wheel.
I'm entitled to reproduction then.
You are entitled to what you had. If you had good wheels, you're going to get good wheels. And Eric, listen, you're nitpicking on things that don't matter. Here's what matters.
Come on, Tom.
Eric, are you listening to me? You're not.
Yeah.
You know, here's what I'm saying. You deserve good wheels. That's what I'm saying. So stop arguing with me. You deserve good wheels. You don't deserve perfect or new wheels. Although there's nothing wrong with that. There are some companies that would do that. State Farm won't. So let's get down to it. Daryl?
I'm here.
What are you?
I am the replacement company. Then
are you the one he's complaining about? Are your wheels the ones he's saying are pieces of crap?
We're the ones that located the wheels for him, Tom. It was when this happened. There was no tires and wheels the wheels available in the Denver area. It was during the blizzard about a month ago.
And you can see, by the way, this guy takes really good care of his stuff. You can tell by looking at the dang thing.
Yeah, and it has low miles on it.
Now, the wheels that he showed, they do look pretty rough.
Yeah, I think. Oh
my God, they look terrible.
I think what happened was we located them from a Dodge dealer out of Dallas.
Yeah.
And I think they used a product to clean them up. And on these type of wheels, they have a clear coat finish on them. If you use the right product, it will actually dull and cause like polishing marks on them. Do you work
for the insurance companies to locate stuff usually? Is this what you do?
We do the whole. We'll locate it.
Okay. So now, what happens when something is not as represented? Let's say you have a customer. who doesn't like it and they want to exchange them. What do you do?
We want to make them happy.
Okay, is Eric working for you? Are you working for him technically, or are you contracted by the insurance company at this point? How does it work?
Well, we're contracted by the insurance company to help their insureds, and State Farm is actually willing to buy new wheels, buy new tires.
So
whatever.
what does Eric have to do to get these wheels exchanged?
Tom, total scam.
Tell me that he wants
I deserve to have that car.
Eric, I can see that. I can see you took really. I can see you take pride in stuff, and I agree with you. I don't think it's a total scam. Here's what I think it is. I think it's normal insurance stuff. They're trying to get by as cheaply as possible. I don't think Daryl personally is looking for a piece of crap for you. So Daryl, when we come back, I simply want to help Eric. He deserves good wheels. I would be pissed off with these wheels. So what do we do? I want to know about the process. And Daryl is the owner of what's called AGRS. Now, Daryl, what do you do, like, when you're not working for insurance, or is this your main deal, working for insurance?
Yeah, we do it nationwide.
So what if an owner wanted to locate something? Can they call you?
An owner of the vehicle?
Like let's say
we don't deal with the general public. It's just on insurance claims.
And you deal with all the major insurance carriers?
A great portion, yes.
What makes you so good? I'm fascinated by your business.
Well, here's what happens. This wheel and tire thing that you asked earlier about, why did they do it? Well, they do it because, and Tom, years ago in Denver, when I lived out there, they were stealing tailgates and T-tops, if you remember.
Just because there's a market. Hold on, I'll give you more time right after this.
You know, the worst thing in the world is when people are totally upset and they don't listen. They just don't listen.
I never do that.
They're so upset. But you understand why they're just so upset.
So here's what this company is, Tom. Stealing the wheels happens all over the U.S. And so they steal them right out of the driveway.
And these guys sell them back to you.
No. They're sitting in the driveway on bricks or blocks.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to load the car up into a tow truck where you could damage the car, they come out and put the new wheels and
But that's not what HA...
Yes, that's what they do. They come on.
Their primary purpose is to locate parts.
Parts, but like say, as far as these wheels and stuff, they want to put it on right at the...
I understand that, but I don't think that's what they specialize in, going to location and replacing parts. I looked them up.
Okay, that's what he said.
No, they're doing that to save money. That's why they're doing that, because the fucking insurance company would have to pay for a tow, they would have to pay for a shop, they would have to pay for shop time.
Right. But if you tow a car with no wheels on it, you're probably going to do some damage, right?
Not towing. That's why they'd have to lift it and put it on their
Right, but how do you lift a car with no wheels on?
Dollies. They put dollies under it.
Okay, well, I'd say that's how he explained it.
No, but it would cost them more money. They would come out with dollies and they would do it. But here's the deal. These guys are insurance hacks. They are looking for the cheapest way out for the insurance company.
But he's offered this Eric new wheels and stuff.
Oh, actually, wait a minute. They are. Hold on. I was looking at another one. That's all they do is wheel and tires. But they don't do insurance parts. I thought they did all parts.
Eric said it was an electric company. Eric,
here's what he says. All they do is replacement of wheels, tires, and electronics mobily. So they say to an insurance company, we'll find it, go install it, and done. So that's what they do. They're saving the insurance company a shitload of money. And they say, so there's tires, wheels, and electronics.
So I'm sure like a radio gets stolen.
Yeah, they just go out. But how could they ever do it perfectly in the field as far as, like, if your dash was torn?
Well, the tires is no big deal, huh?
They don't deal with the public at all, so why do they even have this big website? It says, we have mobile replacements. Our products, insurance claim process, superior customer service. But
ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for.
I don't understand, though. Why would someone call them?
5 employers who posted jobs on ZipRecruiter.
Accepting online claims.
First day, ZipRecruiter.
How does it work?
The smartest way to hire.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do people...
So maybe even the Compass and stuff, you could say, hey, I need this replacement.
But I mean,
web address. ZipRecruiter.
It sounds like you go on here. It says, because of recent we have expanded to serve customers by offering mobile stuff and it says, we have built a network of trained replacement specialists around the country. Okay. I am totally... Submit a claim. Okay, I totally misunderstood how these guys operate. And then look, pay deductible. You got to put in your credit card. They do the whole claims process. But how would people even know to call them? That's what I don't understand. Like, if I have an insurance
I'm sure the insurance company lets them know that you can go through these guys.
Resistance and a wide variety of colors impregnated
State Farm using them.
I bet you a lot of people use them. Why? They can save money. We'll go out and replace it, find it, do it. But it's not a total scam. At least now I know what I'm talking about. I thought this was a big parts-like place, a sourcing place.
But they've offered this Eric new stuff. Is just that he doesn't even know how to satisfy him. Eric just wants to bitch. That's what it sounds like on this call.
Well,
yeah, but you know what I said, it's been 6 weeks.
But that's for, he's got wheels on there. You know, it's the
why am I paying full price?
I just had a truck for a month because we couldn't find an ECM for it.
Yeah.
Finally found one.
An ECM, electronic control module, is it?
Yeah.
There's so many
Ford's on back order on the restaurant thing until July.
We had a car 2.5 months waiting for one shot.
What do you do when you have a car that long?
Nobody makes it after months.
But what do you do when you have a car that long?
You tell
Where do you put it?
In the back against the fence.
But have you ever had any problems with people accessing cars?
Yeah, they can have, but we're fencing security cameras and all that. So, but it's a pain. I mean, when you commit to these jobs, because we told the guy just take the car home, but the shock had let go, so the car was down. It was a Buick, had this bizarre shock.
Yeah. Or there are cars that are worse for aftermarket parts or whatever.
I imagine.
Like that one, then nobody makes that up because it's electronic.
So the worst thing in the world, HARS. Why would you ever have it? I'm Tom Martino, and now I'm going to speak
from some knowledge here. I have no idea what these companies do now. Now I know, okay? AJRS is a wheel and tire and electronic replacement company only. They don't sell new stuff. You don't go and get them put on. Here's what they do. They advertise that they can process your claim quicker and save insurance company money and get you in and out the door. And they have a nationwide network of people. So here's what their website says. If you have a claim for wheel or tire or electronics, you go through them, they find the parts, they ship them to the location and have them installed right there at your house or place of work. You don't have to go into a shop. But this is strange. Okay, so Daryl, very quickly, I understand this, but how would anyone know to call you? Does the insurance company say, hey, call AJRS for this claim?
The insurance company takes in the claim, and then they forward the claim information to us so we can reach out to the policyholder.
I got you. And obviously, you can only do a limited stuff. I mean, if they need wheel and tire replacement, or they need an electronic radio or navigation, whatever, replaced, what if the dash is all torn apart?
Yeah, that's actually, we've been doing the audio equipment for a long time, and we'll have a local facility that specializes in that kind of a.
But do you do it? Do you do all the repairs mobily?
No, not on car audio, because the car is still drivable. But we'll arrange it through a shop that has the capability of doing it.
Now, what about wheels and tires? Wheels and tires you do on the spot.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. To prevent the car from being towed without wheels and tires.
All right. So in this particular claim, and I want to concentrate on this because Eric has a good point. In this particular claim, or in any wheel and tire claim, if the customer is not happy with what you located, what is the process?
Well, we find, we do whatever necessary to make sure that he's happy.
Do you have, so why is he calling me then? If
I've asked Eric several times in emails what I can do to make him happy.
Okay, Eric, what can you do? What can this guy do to make you happy? This is really nice that the owner has come on the line, especially because he doesn't even deal directly with consumers. He deals with insurance companies. So what do you want from AJRS, Eric?
Tom, I apologize for talking over you. I'm passionate about my cars.
I don't blame you. What do you want them to do?
This is going on 6 weeks. I understand AGRS is caught up in this the same way I am.
What do you want them to do?
State Farm owes me the chance to take my car to my authorized dealer and stop jacking around with me for 6 weeks.
Okay, Eric, what do you want Daryl to do right now?
Dealership.
Eric, you know, here's what I want to say. Okay, you're technically right. They need to get your car fixed. But if Daryl can fix it to your satisfaction...
He can't, Tom.
How do you know that?
He can't get new wheels. He
How do you
can't get anything but junk.
Okay, how do you know he can only get junk?
I don't deserve junk.
Eric,
he sent me junk.
Eric, if you don't answer questions, Eric, I'm asking you, how do you know he can only get junk?
How do I know? The wheels are on his website, and he didn't even send me those.
Okay.
I don't know. He's confusing. His whole process is jacked up.
Listen, Eric, I'm trying to help you, but you sound like such a massive crybaby. You're just not you're not just talking. Daryl is on the phone, the owner of the company, saying, we will make sure. Did you hang up? I hope you did. Did you hang up? Good.
He is a crybaby, Tom.
You deserve it. You are a frickin' jerk, okay? You know what, Daryl? Don't waste your... I don't know. The guy won't even give you a chance.
You know, Tom, he has called the Kansas consumers and reported us here.
Listen, there's nothing. There's no scam. You found a set of wheels, and they are not good. They don't look good. So you said, "What can I do to help you?" What does he say when you ask him that?
He doesn't. He doesn't give me. He keeps saying, salvage wheels.
Do you have his number? Do you have his number? Good, because this guy, if you're listening. Do you understand? Daryl wants to know, what can we do to help? And you won't even give him the courtesy of saying anything. Dan, did you...
I've seen the emails, and that's what he says in the emails. What can I do to help?
Yeah,
Daryl says
and he says, the whole thing is jacked up. I want my car. They owe me new wheels. No, they don't owe you new wheels. You have a 2016 car. They don't owe you new wheels. Now, sure, those wheels should look good, and I've acknowledged you take good care of your stuff. Here's your problem, Jack. Here's what it is. And I'm glad we got Jack off, because he does not understand that we were trying to help him. That's right. We were trying to help him. See, people sometimes, we've heard this happen before. We want to help people, and they are so upset, they start attacking us. Now, he'll say, that Martino, he was the biggest jerk. Why? Why was Tom a jerk? Well, he just kept asking, what can we do to help you? He wouldn't let me cry. And he wouldn't let me cry. He just kept asking, what can we do to help? And what does the owner of this company need to do? Yeah, what can we do to help? I mean, people like him, you know what? I can see him. He's going back to his 3-year-old days. His parents jacked him up by giving him everything he wanted or treating him like, God's gift to the human race.
I think he's in the basement of his parents' house eating Cheetos.
I'm sorry, but you brought this on yourself, Eric. No one in the world wants to help you. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're listening to the show, honest to God, it is the most productive show on the air because we talk about everyday life. Oh, my God, you can cry about the attorney Avenatti. You can cry about Trump. You can cry about Pelosi. You can do anything you want, but I'll tell you this. No one helps you as much as this show on a day-to-day basis. And when you are complaining, if you download, boom, open the floodgates, you will get nowhere. Nowhere. People get so bottled up with frustration and complaints and descriptions, and they want to let you know their pain and their misery, and I get it. But no one will listen. I know. It's hard to believe, but no one will listen. So you have to do very calm, chronological appeals. And I know your friends. This is the problem with a lot of these people. Like Job had. All of your friends are going to taunt you, or they're going to tell you you have a case. Oh, I'm telling you, you should get a brand new this and that and the other thing, and I don't know what the hell they're doing, and I have an uncle and brother-in-law, and he got $1 million. Please, if you listen to this show, you will be smart, and you'll get your problems solved.
Sure.
Yeah. All the emails, that's what he said, and all of them, you know, what do you want me to do?
Joe Lazara,
And he goes, I'm 64 years old. He's 64 years old.
He is?
Eric is. Yeah.
Sounds like a 35-year-old.
Yeah, he did. He's totally.
That's what he said in his email. That's what he said in his email. I'm 64. I haven't went through this before. It's the worst consumer thing I've ever seen.
That crash has been cleared out of the way. Traffic is still backed up a little bit. It is starting to improve.
I have my sound effects, and I have to make use of them. My problem is I haven't updated them. They're going to be on this computer. So I'm going to load the folder and keep the sound down until I do this. Then I'll try using them here. Because I appreciate you doing that, but I should be able to call those anytime.
Okay, no problem. 10 seconds here. We're at Joe Lazara.
Look at Lowe's. You can't turn in the mic on, guys. For the way. How appropriate for Car Day that I have Joe Lazara advertising. I've known Joe for so many years, probably going on 20 now. He's a criminal defense attorney. And, you know, usually you don't think of a defense attorney, right? But with our audience, and especially being Car Day, here's where he usually gets his work from our show. People who have done stupid things like they drank, they tried to calculate what they're doing, and if they can drive, and they drive, or they think they're pulling over and they're going to sleep it off, but they're still behind the wheel, they get in trouble, or people are just downright alcoholics. Whatever the case, Joe doesn't judge you. He lets the judge do that, but he defends you, and he makes sure that the process is followed properly, and if you need help, he gets you help. Traffic classes, he tries to get you through the system with minimal impact. So whether it's a DUI or any other dumb mistake or falsely accused of something, Joe Lazara, he'll give $500 off large cases for Martino listeners, 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. Lazara is spelled with 2 Z's and 1 A. Look for him at referralist.com.
If you sell a home for $500,000, how much would a traditional real estate agent charge in commission? If you get
those wheels truly are jacked,
you're right. But if you think that's
they are jacked,
you're wrong.
I don't know why the guy just thinks I want him to be replaced with something new. That's right.
Who is that dumb? They were probably trying to get the brake dust off of it. Using caustic cleaner.
Well, see, he was mad because they had the weights still on.
Them weights are on there. I get brand new rims and I have to balance them.
I got new tires and rims. I have weights.
Yeah, you have weights on them right up
Like I say, this for 64 years old.
Rex offers the lowest fee in the
industry. A little unstable.
Without skimping on service.
You don't want to be like that
with a licensed local expert. With you every step of the way. Get the most out of your home. See if you qualify by
we haven't had Beatles Friday in a long time, Tom, by the way.
What's that, sir?
Beatles Friday. Like we used to have. Remember, we used to play Beatles music all the time.
Because the YouTube jacks us up. And this play,
yeah, we used to play Beatles all the time on Friday.
If we play, you know, as an organization, we pay ASCAP fees, which is, and then we also pay BMI. To make a long story short, they dole out licensing fees collected to all the artists, and people are members of that. And usually you just pay a fee to them, they make sure you're all right. But for some reason, we get flagged. And I'm not sure why, because I know that iHeart pays those fees, but maybe on the spoken word format they don't. If we play more than just a couple seconds, we're flagged. Now there is something called fair use, but they don't even let us do that. Fair use is something where, let's say Paul McCartney is in town doing a concert, and I say, and then we lead with about 5-6 seconds of Paul McCartney saying, Paul McCartney's in town today or this week, he sold out the Pepsi Center, blah, 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 and people are going nuts, and then you play another little excerpt. That's called fair use because you're discussing the music as part of the content. But if I have a story about someone someone buying a new car, and I throw in the song, "Baby, you can drive my car." It has nothing to do with the Beatles, nothing to do with that song. It's simply to enhance my creation of a car, people driving a car.
Right.
That's prohibited. That's not fair use.
Really?
You can't even use 1 second of that because you are using it to make something creative, and it's theirs.
Is it intellectual property or is it
It's intellectual.
It
Now,
is. Okay.
sometimes they expire in the public domain, but most of the time people buy up all of the rights. And the Beatles library was purchased by Michael Jackson, and now somebody else has it. Somebody in London. At least they have help.
Really?
Every time I let help, I need to do a new song exclusively. We have to create one because if help runs more than a few seconds, they flag us and take us down.
Whoa. No idea.
Fair use is a really odd. Like, fair use is basically means you're talking. It's part of the content. It's not to enhance it. It's about it.
How do they police it? They have people that are hired that do
It's
it?
amazing. I don't know, man. There are crawlers on the web that do it for photos. They must do it for audio.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. You heard the little crybaby? He's actually 64 years old, which I find amazing. And it's just very simple. His wheels and tires were stolen. He wanted to have them replaced with actually he wants new, and they said, they sent him some replacements that weren't acceptable, but he lost it. He wouldn't allow them to even try one more time to help him. Jerry, you have a comment on that. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, did the guy say he had locks on his wheels?
I don't know if he said that or not. I actually didn't know. I mean, I don't know.
$4,000 in wheels and tires. Wouldn't you think you would put some locks on them if they're that valuable?
That is a good idea. What are they? Locking lug nuts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. You know what? Anyone listening, they'll take that to the bank. That's a good one. Saying, what's happening with you, saying, can you do us a favor and give us a follow-up here? Deputy Dan, did you handle this?
Yes, so this is, he was out like $3,000 from Greenworks, which is a landscaping company in Boulder. And so
They just didn't pay him.
Just didn't pay him. They said he was going to pay him. They said the check was in the mail. So I wanted Sang to give a follow-up here. See if
Sang, what happened?
Yes, so actually he's from Golden, Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, so he said that he on that Friday he talked to me. He called me and said that he wanted to make things right and everything like that.
Good.
And he'll back pay me of a certain percentage that over 6 months that he had him pay me with my overtime and everything like that. And which that Friday he said all that, and then we told him that. Well, he said that he was just going to give us one check, and then we'll have to wait like a month later for the others. And I told him that, well, I don't want to...
Well, here's what I want to know. Did you get anything?
Well, I got my check, but with a written pay stub. So he's deducting it out from himself. He's not actually sending it to payroll.
Let me ask you, how much did he owe you?
Well, with the back pay and everything like that, he owes me $7,000.
Okay, I want to ask another question. Were you a W-2 employee?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he suddenly stopped paying, or did they bounce? How did you accumulate $7,000?
Well, from the time that I was supposed to get paid from November till today.
Okay.
Because it adds
but
up.
Why did you keep working?
Oh, well, I haven't been working for him ever since last year.
I understand that, but why did you keep working for him when he didn't pay you?
Well, he was paying me from the get-go.
At some point, you accumulated $7,000. How long did that take?
6 months.
Why did you work 6 months without pay?
I didn't work 6 months. I was working just till last year.
Okay, Sang, I'm going to ask one more question because it matters, okay? It matters when you put in a wage and hour claim. I'm going to ask this question as simply as I know how.
Okay.
How long did you work on the job without getting paid?
I did it. I was just working for him for 3 months.
Okay, then how did you accumulate $7,000 in back pay?
Because I gave him a demand letter from from
saying, listen, okay? Here's how it works. You work, and then you get paid. So let's say I get paid $2,000 a week, or $1,000 a week. I work, and then I get $1,000. I work, and then I get $1,000. But if I have $5,000 owed to me, then that meant I worked, did not get paid. I worked again and did not get paid. I worked again and did not get paid. I'm asking you, how did your bill for back pay get to $7,000?
Well, the back pay was $4,000.
How did you accumulate $4,000 in back pay? If you can't communicate that, I don't care how much it is. How long did you work when you did not get paid?
I didn't.
Okay, then have a good day saying, have a good day. We'll see you. I just can't do this. He is not... How do you work and not accumulate back pay, but end up with $7,000 in back pay? And there is a reason I'm asking. Because with wage and hour, you have a certain amount of time to put in your claim, and you have to delineate where it came from. He is saying, well, I made a demand letter. He owed me $7,000. How long did you work without getting paid? I didn't. Well, then how does a bill get from $0 to $7,000 if you did not get... Am I crazy? Just tell me if I should turn off the mic right now and just frickin' go home and take antidepressants. Can somebody tell me?
No, I think he was owed between $3,000 and $4,000.
How?
I'm not sure if he was paid weekly, monthly, bi-weekly.
But you're asking the question: how did you accumulate pay if you're not there? That's really what you kind of said.
The $7,000. He went to the labor board and they said, well, you get a certain if he hasn't paid you in this amount of time.
That's right. That's why I'm asking him.
Yes, that's what he's adding the whole $7,000.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm asking. So what happened? Did he work a week?
I don't know.
And they paid him only
$200.
Did they pay him less? How did you accumulate $7,000 in debt, or $4,000 or $5,000? You cannot tell me. Was that somebody that contacted us and we called them back?
Yeah, we've been working with him for a little.
Then would you please call him, Dan, and try off the air, because I don't want my audience committing suicide. I would like you to ask him off the air so we don't have to like pull teeth on the air. And people, give me feedback. Really, honest to God, give me feedback. If you think I'm too much, let me know. Because sometimes I think, is it me? Am I not communicating properly? I know that I have some issues here and there. You know, I'm a bit on the spectrum, as they say, but that shouldn't affect me.
You know what the level below crazy is, right? Passionate.
Well,
that's
Eric's got a comment. Eric's got a comment on these locking lug nuts.
Yeah, locking lug nuts are no guarantee that somebody won't steal the wheels. I can walk into any discount tire in the state right now and just say, hey, I need a wheel lock key. What's the number?
They're that generic? Are they that generic?
They're like Gorilla locks. I think there's only like 4 different ones.
Oh, man.
And if it's factory, most dealerships, all I got to do is, maybe somebody was casing.
What if we spot weld the lug nuts?
Well, but like
I'm just kidding.
I could case your vehicle, get the VIN number, call a Dodge dealer, and say, "Hey, I lost my wheel lock key."
Yeah. No, you're right, Eric. I guess there are. I mean, it would be a bit of a deterrent, but you're right. I mean, anyone can get around almost anything. John has a tranny problem. Now I should introduce the people you've been hearing in the background. You heard Al Ramos from Pro Auto Care. Al is my car nanny.
Yeah.
And of course I've known him for years. He works on all my stuff. And then Jeff Vick. Jeff we love. We use Jeff a lot too. He's Kimmer Transmission, but he does auto repair for his regular customers, and he really specializes in transmissions. And then we have Nick Yutzi, and as I said, Nick's the only guy I know with a name that sounds like an insult. Hey, you Yutzi, get over here. Nick Yutzi is Flexident of Colorado. He does paintless dent repair. And so John, he wants to talk trannies. Yeah. Let's talk to, well, everyone, but Jeff is listening. What's going on with your Fiesta?
Ford has replaced it. It's the power shift. It's a standard transmission, but there's a module that shifts it, so it's an automatic.
What?
I think it's called the power shift.
No, wait a minute. So is it you mean like an automatic where you can switch gears, or does it have a clutch?
No, it literally has a clutch. It's basically actually it's two transmissions. You've got
so it really has a clutch for shifting.
Yes, but it's got two automatic clutches in it. So the computer actually turns the clutches on, turns the clutches off.
But if it's on manual, if it's on manual, do you like?
No, it's just your normal automatic shift.
They took a standard shift transmission and they made it so that the vehicle could shift it itself.
Okay. But there is no clutch on the pedal.
No, there's no clutch pedal. No.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry. Okay, keep going, John. So what's your problem with it?
Under warranty, Ford replaced the transmission twice, and they rebuilt each one of them twice.
How long is your warranty?
It's way gone.
I know, but how long was it?
It was I think up to 100 and I want to say 20,000 is when they pretty much said we're done working on it.
Well, what's the normal warranty when you bought that? Did you buy it new?
No, I bought it used.
Oh, okay. When did you buy it used?
I knew that. I bought it in 2012.
Okay, so anyway, that's fine. So you didn't really have a warranty except for something you may have bought when you purchased it.
No, it just had the
balance of the factory.
Left on the factory.
Okay, so what's the issue today? How can we help you?
I was wondering if there is a replacement transmission that's an automatic that isn't the power shift.
In other words, the one that won't keep failing, right? Hold on, let's think about that and come back. Plus, I need to talk to Norwood right now. What is your comment, Norwood?
Hey, Tom, I just wanted to ask you, what are your credentials?
Okay, life. He's just trying to get me. You're not going to get me, Norwood. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, plus normal education, you know, and there's a secret there I want to tell you that I'm doing, but I can't say it. But it'll be a major announcement. Anyway, as far as credentials go, I'm working on something.
What's that? It is.
Sponsored by. Tom, 1 minute.
He wanted to tell you how he loved it when you argued with the callers like Eric. So I don't know why he started the.
I think
it almost sounded
he was just poking. No, I think he was just poking.
Poking the bear.
But the caller did say you need a group hug.
Mark will be here in a few minutes. He got your guy served.
I'm not the hugging kind. Not that kind of party.
He got your guy served. So he'll be here in just
a couple minutes. A story on this when we do it?
We can. So
this is 20 seconds. One line 60 spot. High 40 right now. Overcast 27.
You work with LBG. I can walk a pair of pumps, man.
LBG.
I can work with you every step of the way. You take seamless mortgage experience.
You know, 17 years ago I discovered Plumline, or maybe 18 anyway, from the very beginning. Jeff Belk and his team started with a few vans. They're a major plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drain company. And here's how they operate. Fast response. They'll let you know when they're there. Prices up front. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Isn't that great? That's what they are. And you can trust Plumline. That name comes from that mason's tool they use with a weight and a string to make a straight line. And they like to say they are straight and level when it comes to all of their dealings. PlumlineServices.com. Seriously, think about them. You can trust them. I know now Bob Logan, one of the owners and general manager, and they're all just good people. They have that 93 are free right now, which is incredible. If they can't clear your drain for 93, the call is free and you get a full written report. But most of the time they can do it for 93. 303-586-1086. 303-586-1086.
Now, customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance, so you only pay.
We must have got after that last.
We
must have got 20
customizable.
things on Facebook.
Why do I have to pay full gym membership?
Oh, really? Which one on Facebook? Oh, this one?
No. Just when you did a lot then too. So you're having a bunch of hard calls today, Tom. You need a group hug. The caller's not listening to you today. They just don't know what to answer questions.
The great thing about
You can all use a laugh after these last few calls. Can we call that scammer from yesterday? Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I gotta go to that email though. You know, that emailing me. Remember that? So I gotta go to that.
And the fact that Pennzoil is the first synthetic motor oil made from natural gas. Not
How many people
oil.
think Tom's crazy?
It gives you unbeatable engine protection.
How many people think Eric's a
The
crackhead?
proof is in the Pennzoil.
Even better.
For a wear test using SAE 5W30. Available on Amazon.
Yeah, here, I've heard those key locks before you can break them.
Oh, yeah,
They're just a deterrent.
I've got the master set. You can pull them off of any car.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, the taper. It's just these
Yeah, or you can get the tool. I mean, it destroys them, take them off. But it's
Well,
the quickest way
if you buy a cheap 12-point socket, half inch, just hammer it on.
Yeah.
And good to go.
Says Tom, you're
The
not
lock
crazy.
only
It was
keeps
a
an honest
simple
man
question.
honest.
No, Tom is not you. He obviously is confused.
Oh my God.
If you've ever bought
At the
office
end of the
furniture,
day,
you know how expensive and
the lock
frustrating
only
it can
keeps
be.
an honest man
But no
honest.
longer, hey, it's
That's right, just like locking a car or a house.
With your personal attention,
Yeah,
great prices,
you're right.
Yeah, we never
and
used to
large
lock our house
quantities
when
of
we were
office furniture.
But even now, I mean, right, you're right.
We used to leave the keys in the car.
Person honest. Or semi-honest
and they will
person.
help you
Maybe that's what
design
you
your
should
office
say.
layout for free.
Somebody wants it bad enough, they don't get it.
Absolutely.
Located right
You
off
know,
I-225
there's the big one
in
with
Aurora.
the Chevy
Learn more at
GMC 3/4 ton larger
That's
trucks.
everything for
Stealing the front ends off.
Certain wealth strategies for
They're in and out of there in about 12, 15 minutes. They break the driver's window, pop the hood, they yank the hood, they yank the grill, they yank the headlights, and everything just disconnects. They don't damage anything except for that window. But
whether you're dating or
just
looking
puts you
for a
back
job,
several
just wanting to feel
$1,000.
Oh, yeah, big money.
And they're out of there.
really important to
Costs
have the
it
best head
12,
of hair
15
you
minutes.
can.
Big money's on price.
Yeah, there's a fleet down the road from us that popped 8 times.
Do you guys think that people, they are stealing tires right off cars in but is it,
There was a guy down the road from us who just stopped into the Village Inn. Somebody crawled underneath his Toyota 4Runner, cut the cat out, and was gone before he came out.
Are cats still very valuable?
People ask me what kind of
Some,
procedure I have.
not all
Why?
some.
Why are they valuable?
Because of the internal components.
The platinum, there's a lot of platinum in there.
To do with brand new lenses, they focus near and far. That's right. No
I tell you,
more
people.
vision. And
So how did he cut it? He had must have a battery operated grinder. Huh?
If the battery just had a chainsaw, but there's a chain that's got circular blades on it. You put it on there, you just run it like a ratchet, slip through there, and
Cut right through it, man. Like the butter. Yeah. But like the new Milwaukee's got those cutout saws. Those things that kill a battery powered.
But if you're trying not to make noise,
yeah, that's everything.
You get another
The one
one.
you're talking about, that's probably the smartest way.
yeah.
You know, you can go into.
Oh my God, all the emails I got after mentioning that yesterday, this address. Do you remember I gave my address out to the scammer? Oh, why do you find that hard to?
What address?
Don't you remember?
Yes.
The scammer said, in order to send you instructions on how to pay, you have to give me your email. And I wasn't going to give him my real email, so I gave him this fake email.
Right.
And this fake email.
It's blown up, huh?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, because people heard the email, go get him, Tom, and all that bullshit. It's like, oh my God. I'm just thinking.
People must be there listening with
But
their
the
pens.
scammer so far.
I know, yeah.
So
like,
far,
I ain't got anything to do.
I can't see the scammer's email. He said he was going to send me. So I have to call him and tell him he never sent me. Doggone it.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Now that yesterday's podcast was one for the record books. That guy never sent me information on how to pay. It was all a scam. I'll explain it to you, and we'll try to give him another call if we have time. You have a comment? Go ahead, sir. What is your comment on Norwood?
On Norwood?
Is that your name?
You were asking how you were treating people.
Yes.
Well, I don't think you treated that man very good. And Monday, and I was listening, you made a woman cry.
Uh-oh. I can't, Norwood, I don't do it intentionally.
I don't even know why you do that. You need to be more like that handsome, intelligent fellow that's usually doing the show with you.
Oh, my God, this guy has to be a setup.
Yeah.
He's way more rude than I am.
No, he's not. He's married to that beautiful woman.
Well, listen, what you don't know is that I taught that guy everything he knows.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I don't believe it.
Well, I did. Thank you, Norwood, for your comments. But he's not a handsome, intelligent fellow. He's an all right guy. I'll tell you that. He's all right.
You got to be a deputy before you're a sheriff, Tom.
Yeah.
That's what you did for him.
All right, Norwood. Appreciate that. Anyway, Matt, your turn. What's going on, Matt?
Hello, sir. How are you today?
What's happening?
Well, I bought a truck in 2017 from Silterhauer Ford.
And did you buy it new, sir?
Brand new, yes, sir.
Okay, what's going on?
Well, since September of last year, I've been losing my 5th and 6th gears in that truck, and Silterhauer Ford has done their best as long...
How many miles on it?
Right around 19,000.
Wow, this is like a new truck.
It is a new truck. That's why I'm perturbed.
And you're losing what gears?
My 5th and my 6th gear.
Okay, come on now. Somebody's got to know what's going on.
Well, they do. I finally, after 5 months of fighting my dumb truck, I was able to retrieve an error code from my local dealership at Sprouty Bar Ford.
Yeah.
And now Silterhauer Ford is stuck between Ford Motor Company and getting a repair done. And
why? Is it out of warranty?
Nope. It's got a 100,000-mile warranty on it.
Then why? What do you mean they're stuck? Is Ford refusing to fix it, or what am I not hearing?
So what you're not hearing is that they are blaming a T-Mobile GPS Wi-Fi tracking system on my truck for the repair, even though the GPS system was purchased on, I guess it would be 1/22 of 19, and the last issue that I about died over on Vail Pass and I lost my gears with pulling the load happened on, well, after that.
So, Matt, they're saying that a GPS module somehow is causing... But is it because of the computer and the shifting patterns and all of that? They're saying it's interfering?
That's what they're saying, even though I purchased the unit in order to obtain the code because Ford could never find it because my system in my truck it routinely...
Are you calling it Are you talking about a GPS, did you say?
Yes, it's a GPS. It's called a T-Mobile Sync 2 that plugs in the OBD.
And what is it used for?
It provides Wi-Fi in the truck so you can use your computer system and also track vehicles.
Oh, this is very strange. I like the idea. Now, when you plug this in, it provides Wi-Fi, but how does it get its connection?
The connection to the truck is through the onboard computer system that you plug in underneath your feet.
But I mean, do you pay for a cell, a number or service?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Listen. Have you ever heard of electronics interfering with a transmission, Jeff?
Most definitely.
You have?
Oh, heck yes.
All right, we're going to research this one, so hang on. And we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter show, and we'll try to figure out where that scammer went from yesterday and try to reconnect.
You couldn't book your timeshare for when or where you wanted this summer? Well, that's probably because a non-timeshare owner rented it before you had a chance to. If you're tired of paying for something you can't use, then you need a plan to get out. So call Timeshare Exit Team today at 844-999-EXIT and schedule your free consultation. These guys are so confident in their exit service, they'll give you a full refund if they don't get you out. Call 844-999-EXIT or visit timeshareexitteam.com.
This is the most unbelievable offer I've ever heard from a transmission shop. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair will tear down and open up your transmission free to diagnose your problem. Yes, free. The best standing offer in the business. If you decide it's too much to repair, no problem. If you want to take it somewhere else, no problem. You still pay nothing. This offer simply can't be beat. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair on Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. 303-781-9858. 781-9858.
Grainberry. Kids are giving their parents the business when it comes to cereal.
Mom, Dad, we need to talk. Okay. Our cereals have way too much sugar, so I bought this box of Grainberry. It has less sugar and it's super yummy. Any questions?
Yeah. How did you buy cereal? You're 5.
Any other questions?
Grainberry with Onyx sorghum has the perfect balance of antioxidants and plant-based fiber for amazing sugar control. Buy a box today. Grainberry.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Dan Kaplis afternoons at 4, KHOW, Denver.
It's still on the table. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump just tweeting that he is considering placing illegal immigrants in so-called sanctuary cities this afternoon.
So that's saying what it was is he was on work release, and he was working, and he built up, but this work release will only allow you to work somewhere if you get pay stubs. So he was working with them, and he wasn't getting the pay stubs. So he worked for them and building up this $3,000, and he had to quit them and stuff.
Well, I don't even understand it. He's working and getting paid.
Right, but he didn't, he was getting some money, but not at all, but he wasn't getting the pay stubs. And you got to give the pay stubs to work release.
When did he figure out that he had money owed?
Thanksgiving,
so
December.
He was getting partially paid.
Right, yeah, but he wasn't getting the pay stubs, so work release says, if we don't see these pay stubs, that's not going to be part of your work release.
So then what?
So then he had to quit them and go get a different job.
There's still 4 lawsuits underway challenging.
He had to quit, and that's why he didn't owe him the $3,000. But then he went to the labor board, and labor board says he gets so much that they haven't paid you, and that's what he was adding to that whole $7,000.
Some British lawmakers are
But he just got paid like $3,000.
So how does he know it's all that money?
I imagine he's keeping the hours himself.
What's up, gentlemen?
You know what? Mark, you fooled me at first. Honest to God, you didn't.
Norwood.
You did. You fooled me.
I had to walk.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God, man. I had to walk 2 holes to find the guy. I'm not kidding. He was out digging up sod and shit.
Was he pissed?
He was so surprised I got a box. And he was wearing this whole hat. Thanks, Al. He was wearing this entire hat and shit.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell if it was him. And I said, hey, man, I'm looking for it. And I forgot the guy's name. So I had to open it up and look at it. He goes, that's me. Because I got a box, like it's going to be filled with
got
cookies
balls,
or
I got to
something.
tell you. That's pretty good, actually.
And,
yeah, I like it.
boom. Done.
And what did he say?
Nothing. There was 2 other guys with him. Didn't you get the picture I sent you?
No, I left my phone at home.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Lord. Look at the picture of this poor bastard. He was shocked.
This is not a
I said, you've been served, bro.
He is not a poor bastard.
Is he your son's friend?
Used to be.
Where does he live?
It would suck thinking you're getting a gift
Yeah, at a
or
car
a present. Oh, dude, I had to walk 2 holes
Who was he with?
to find him. He's in maintenance.
Oh, I thought he's playing golf.
No, hell no. He's a maintenance crew, man.
The ranch up in
I'm thinking that's nice. He's out playing golf.
Yeah, that'd probably ruin you around.
That would ruin your round, wouldn't it?
Yeah, mess around.
So look, here he is working, Dano. I mean, literally, this is like in the middle of the course. He's that dude in the hat.
Quicken Loans is with you every step of the way to provide a seamless mortgage experience.
But he's done, man. In fact, right there, he's reading it.
50 states. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 33.
Hey, you took out the serving part, right? You got that downstairs or somewhere? Okay, sure. I started thinking, geez, I hope you didn't put all the paperwork.
No, that was just
I need you to serve AT&T for me next week. I'll file it.
I'll do it.
I'll file
So I gotta go to the golf course?
I always give you the easy one.
2 cases going on.
Gonna go to
and a criminal. Yes, it's a criminal. Mark, that guy never charged when it comes to motor vehicles. I need him for both. 303
What?
629 6200 email on how to pay.
Oh, the scam guy? That sucks. I got that marked as a best of. So I had you going, huh? Norwood?
You did it first. Well, not going. I thought it was cool. Ever try to...
Because you probably heard some of the callers.
Made a woman cry.
There's been a lot of yelling.
There's been a lot of yelling lately. We think you need to get repellent.
629 6200. You can find Joe Lazzara on my...
You should see the comments. They say, God, Thomas, these callers are stupid.
That guy, I listened to that call. I don't know how you could have possibly phrased that question how long did you go without getting paid? I did it, he would say.
He was on work release.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly couldn't believe it. Listening just where I can't sit here and comment.
Good. So you didn't think I was an asshole?
Oh my God. I don't know. All I'm thinking is, how would I ask him? And there's no other way to ask him.
There's no way to ask him. How do you ask him?
You can't dumb it down.
I don't think he wanted to say he was on work release. So work
release. He's holding back.
Nobody knows who he is.
Yeah,
how many people know him saying?
But even why would you ever say I'm on work release? All you have to say is, he didn't pay me for 3 weeks. And then Tom was basically asking, why did you work for 3 weeks without pay?
Hello.
There's a little more to it. So he had to quit them from work release because he wasn't getting pay stubs. When you do a work release, you got to show him a pay stub.
He sounded Asian, didn't he?
Yes.
Russian mafia.
Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your
Half of them
Retirement, every Saturday.
Half of the Russian mafia is no good. Take it from us.
Always keeping an eye on taxes. Don't let taxes derail your retirement. Call
I was trying to use my girl voice when I called in, but I figured my dad didn't recognize you.
No, no one got me, man.
Then once you said that about,
There he goes. Well,
wait a minute.
He's not handsome and he's not intelligent.
That's
taught him everything he knows.
Talking about.
You didn't hear that.
I was calling Sam.
Oh, that's funny.
I said, you need to be more like that handsome, intelligent guy usually doing the show with you. He goes, well, he ain't handsome, but he ain't intelligent.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show anywhere like this where we try to solve problems each and every day. You know, if you add it all up, and I've done it, and, you know, it might not be the exact penny because we interpolate some things, but basically over $250 million in cash merchandise exchanges, refunds, and services over the 45 years. Now, not all of those were in Denver. Of course, I was in Denver for about 38.
You're forgetting a big one.
What?
A life. A liver.
What?
A liver. We got that lady a liver.
Yeah, that sucked because that's a bad taste in my mouth there.
Well, it doesn't matter. We still got her a liver.
Did you know we might have made a love connection?
Oh, really?
I will keep you posted on that. Remember Ken with the dating scam?
Yeah.
Well, we might have a love connection for him.
Okay, today is Friday, Car Day. We do Car Days. That means we emphasize cars, but we don't never talk about one topic ever. And I want to say this, if you're just tuning in, and I hope you are, stay here because you're going to learn from the things we discuss. We talk about what I like to say, everyday aches and pains, the things that make you tick and the things that tick you off. And all you have to do is call, and we will talk to you. 303-713-TALK. Now, this hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. It's easy to say this because it's true. You will never, ever get better service. He is so good, and he never holds you to a long-term contract. If you want to get out of the contract for any strange reason or change your mind, it's done. He's just so good to get along with. And he has worked for me, he's worked for Mark, he's worked for everyone that I know that needed a real estate person. So here's how you call him, 303-920-1622. Bob, I'm sorry that you had to wait some times before. I want to get to you. What's going on, man?
Yeah, thanks for taking my call, Tom.
What's going on?
Well, first of all, I'm 84 years old.
Oh,
and
okay. Are you healthy, Bob?
Yeah, real healthy as a horse.
That's good, man.
Anyway, the reason for my call is, I worked for a company for almost 30 years, and, throughout the 30 years, I was told, don't worry about it, we're going to take good care of you, blah, 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 and all that stuff.
What did that mean? Did you have a retirement plan?
Well, they said I did, but I never had anything in writing,
Yeah.
I'm thinking with my heart instead of my head.
When did you retire?
Well, I had to go back to work. I mean, because of how I was hurt so bad financially. But in the interim...
But tell me, when did you go back to work?
I went back to work. It's been a year now.
Okay, so you've been retired since, what, 65? And then went back to work? Or when did you retire the first time?
I never did.
Oh, okay. So you've been working steady?
Yep, I worked steady my whole life.
And you've never, but what do you mean you went back to work the last year?
Well, what happened was after they let me go,
Yeah.
you know, I was in a financial dilemma.
Okay, when did they let you go, Bob?
January 3rd of 2018.
Okay, what were you doing for this company?
It was a construction company, and I was more or less a business developer.
Okay, and they let you go. So what's going on? How do we help you now, man?
Well, now I have an I have about $45,000 in debt.
What kind of debt? What kind of debt?
Credit card.
Is that because you were supplementing your life?
Yeah, you know, because my wife didn't work, and you know, I just.
How old's your wife? How old's your wife?
My wife's young. She's 71.
71, you old cradle robber. You. Okay, so listen, she's 71 and she doesn't work. I understand that. Hey, you shouldn't be worried about debt at this age. You shouldn't. I mean, do you have enough? If you did not have the debt, do you have enough to live on with Social Security?
Yes. See, Tom, unfortunately, I should have played my cards way back when, and I never did.
Well, okay, let's not go there because it won't do any good. Here's what I want to ask. This is important now. How much money do you have coming in monthly?
We have, well, let's see, we have about close to $4,000.
Okay. How much do you have? Is that all government income?
It's all government income.
Okay. How much do you have in savings or checking or anything cash?
Maybe $5,000 or $6,000.
Okay. Now, how much do you have? Do you have a home equity at all? Any home?
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, I had to take out.
Well, tell me what it is. Tell me about your home.
My home is okay. Well, my home is, you know, like I said, I had to get a reverse mortgage.
All right. So right now, you have a reverse loan on your home?
Yes, sir.
When did you get that reverse loan?
Probably 7 months ago.
How much did you take out?
I didn't take anything out because they wouldn't give me anything.
You just did it to pay it off.
I just did it to pay it off, so we...
Okay. No, that's good. That's good. That's good. So you have a reverse loan, but what is your house worth?
My house is worth probably $420,000.
And how much did you pay off with that reverse loan?
Well, they took 200. I think 208,000.
208?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you own your house free and clear, and you have about 208 on a reverse loan, which is accumulating interest, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is your question for us now that I know all this? This is good.
My question is, you know, I've had several phone calls from people who consolidate your debt, or I did speak to an attorney, and he said I could file Chapter 13.
Well, listen, first of all, here's the deal. Consolidating debt is not going to do you much good because you don't have anything to borrow. You can't get a loan to consolidate debt. How many different credit cards are we talking about?
Probably 5.
Now, I'm going to say this, and a lot of people won't like it, but I don't care because I'm just talking about you. I don't believe you deserve a life sentence, nor does your wife. You have 45 grand with 5 credit cards. Trust me when I tell you, credit card companies allow for this, and you've probably made tons of money off of you over the years. And I want to tell some people something else that is a total myth. Bankruptcies do not increase your taxes. They do not put a load on the government. They absolutely do not hurt you if you don't file. I can't stand when people say that we all get to pay for it. No, you're not. You're not. And you've been paying high credit card bills forever, and they don't go down because people don't file bankruptcy. I just want to make that clear because people don't like when I recommend this. But I will say this, that in a bankruptcy, the reason bankruptcy laws were put into effect were to help the economy, not to hurt the economy. Here was the theory. Many people get so embroiled in debt that you have them paying just a few creditors to stay alive, but they don't have enough money to pay the many creditors. They only have enough to pay the few creditors they owe. So therefore, they don't buy things and they don't do what they normally would do. The theory behind bankruptcy is you take people who are paying the few and you relieve them of debt so now they can pay the many. So the income that comes to them is now spread out over a larger segment of the economy. It actually stimulates the economy. So what I want to say is the theory behind it was that the few will now pay the many instead of the few paying the few. I want to mention another thing. You're 84. You shouldn't be worried about this. Get it behind you. What I need to find out is what happens to home equity in a Chapter 7. Because if this reverse loan protects your home, then you should you should do a Chapter 7, get rid of your debt completely and move on. Because they can't take any of your government income. You might surrender the cash in your bank if you don't spend it before that. And if you spend it, it can't be like ridiculous, like you give it to your son or your daughter. It has to be truly for your needs. And then the other thing is home equity and a reverse loan. I am not sure how that's handled, but we are going to find out for you. Even if we can't get Joan Sullivan, maybe someone at her office. I just have a few questions, even if I have to ask them off the air. Okay, so hold on, Bob, and we'll take, we'll get some information for you. I'm Tom Martino. This is what we do. We help people get through difficult spots. We help people sometimes be made whole after somebody ripped them off. Or maybe you just need information.
Or the brick guy. What did you call the brick guy? What's the brick guy called?
Mason?
No, not a mason.
Tuck pointer. You tuck pointer. That's only for specific repairs. Tuck pointer.
I'll do it afternoon.
I'm going to forward them.
Tuck pointer. I had no idea that.
You didn't know that? That's common knowledge, bud.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. How dare you not know that?
I know that.
Goodness gracious.
Well, you actually...
I've known that for over 24 hours now.
Yeah.
But I forgot it. But after you reminded me, I was right back there.
You're amazing.
Thank you. Call me Norwood.
I was gonna actually, it's like, golly.
Did I fool you, Al?
No, I picked that up right away.
No, you didn't.
I totally was on it. I was like a hunting dog chasing pheasants.
He was like a bulldog looking for a bone.
K&H Home Solutions has a sale on the best siding ever. Almost half. It's 40% off. That's a chunk, man. Didn't think about that. On $10,000, you know what that would be? What? $4,000 off? What, are you kidding me? That's unbelievable. So, what you have is the best siding, Everlast. You can look it up, but I'm going to tell you a few things. It's color fast. The colors are impregnated through and through. They have a wide palette of colors. They also have no maintenance, zero maintenance because of the dense compressed minerals and plastics, hail-proof, storm-proof, weather-proof, pest-resistant. It's wonderful. Call them for this amazing sale. It's the Spring Sign and Save, 303-421-7100. Now, you can go and make your own appointment at khwindows.com or find out more about them. In business 62 years, I've known them. A good part of that, khwindows.com. And now, along with the 40% off Everlast, you get windows and doors for 25% off.
So, Mark, you just gave the guy the whole box and then just left?
Yeah, I told him he'd been served. I said, you've been served, man. He was all bummed out, too. He thought he had, cookies. Honestly, God, he did. I could just tell.
You're mean.
His entire demeanor. He was happy, and then I said, you've been served, and he went sad, just like that.
Oh, Mark, you're happy about that. Come on.
Oh, he's happy about
I bet you kicked puppies, though.
Yeah.
You kicked puppies.
Yelling babies.
Bad puppies.
I did tell. I got so mad at my kids yesterday. The Beagle's really old, man. And it's tough. He pisses.
He would never do it.
So I told my kids, if that dog's not locked up again overnight, You're putting it to sleep. You're driving it to the vet, and you're.
Oh my God!
We'll see if problem solved. So Suzanne's not big on the beagle. So this morning, I said, "You realize we'd never put the beagle down."
Tom, I have Steve Watson with approval.
He's taking that first.
She was happy and
So for that call. Okay.
Hey, beagles are dogs too.
According to Mark, they're just property.
I saw. Hey, at one point, women were just property. Not that I agreed with that.
Oh, right.
For all these years, I mean, they didn't have the right to even have the right to vote. And then we had to have a vote to give them the right to vote. How do we lose on that?
I'm just a little whipped at that point.
Didn't they have a half a vote for some period of time?
That was for blacks.
It was truly half.
I want to say it was either a half or a third. No. But that was the interest of that was because the slave owners were actually able to control their votes. So they didn't want these large plantations. No, they didn't want the large plantations being able to control the voting situation because they owned the slaves. They owned their vote.
So they
lowered the number. Yeah. So it was actually in their benefit.
Yeah, but once they're in that little voting box, they can do whatever they want. Wow.
No, that was the thing is they would vote for them by proxy.
Dan, is that true?
I thought that was the representation.
You could own 9 of them, and it was only worth 3 votes.
Wow.
Help or
a lot of intelligence in here.
If you're where there is a drug addict, call, ask about it.
I don't see color.
Just take it.
I could have been. I do. I got color TV at home.
I could have been black at once.
I know I do.
Tom, this gal, we gave her a donation check. We forgot to have you sign the check. So she's here. I'm going to bring it up to have you sign it.
Who is that?
It's that Claudia from Walmart. Don't tell Mark.
Like that.
Mark does not like her.
What does she want?
We sent her
There's
her
not a point
donation
of not
check.
liking her.
Okay, anyway, so I just didn't want to throw you while you're on the air.
Totally just
Mark's on a roll, so just keep thinking.
Well, it's not that I don't like her. It's literally she lied to us.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome. If you listen to us
online, YouTube or Facebook or the iHeart. Well, no, that's not broadband. That's the two, or referralist.com, where we mirror the feed. You hear behind the scenes and during the breaks as well. You can comment on those platforms of Facebook and YouTube. You can also comment. No, not at Referralist. I don't think you can comment. But whatever you do, guys, would you read me the comments we get coming through on those? And I just wanted to remind you, we are available there. The iHeartRadio app as well. And, of course, you can download us. We're the top downloaded podcast in Colorado and one of the top in the country. So just keep doing it. We have Steve with us. Steve Watson is from Approval Reverse Mortgage. Now, Approval Reverse does reverse mortgages. They're the only ones we approve because of how they do it. They won't slam people into it, and they make sure you're a candidate. They explain all the risks, and I don't want to get into all of that. Suffice it to say, most of the time, reverse mortgages are not apropos, okay? They're made for a very select few who have equity, want to pay off their home, live off the equity, or just live with no payments. Let's talk about this particular case, though. Steve, we have a gentleman who is 84 years old, and he has a reverse loan. I have a few questions first. Bob, is this house in both of your names?
Yes.
And did you both qualify for the loan or just you on the loan?
We both qualified.
And she's 10 years younger, about, or 14. You are 84. And here's the question. It's a very quick question, Steve. He's got a reverse loan on his home, and he paid off the loan of $208,000. It's paid off. So he got that last year. The lien on his home is probably way more. The house is worth $420,000. My question to you, in your experience, when somebody does a bankruptcy after taking a reverse loan, can the trustee go after that equity, or is it sacred?
The house is sacred. There's one thing to be aware of.
Well, hold on. Before you just say the house is sacred, what do you mean by that? Are you talking about the normal?
It's not. They can't go after the house. They can't reverse. They can't. The only thing they can do is if he's got a credit line, and there's a credit line balance available, they will freeze that.
Okay, that's good to know. Now, but they can't make him cash in the loan and sell the house.
No.
And that's because the house technically has a lien on it for what, 150% of value?
Well, the lien at the county is 150% of value because they're trying to protect themselves for that younger wife's 150th birthday, because that's when the loans ultimately due.
So it's safe to say when he does his bankruptcy, he has zero equity, therefore nothing to go after.
They can't go after it, but it's crucial that he understands about that credit line. Because if he has an available credit line, he needs to pull that out before the bankruptcy.
Now, Bob, you don't have available credit, right?
Right, I don't.
You know, Steve, I really appreciate the information, Steve. Steve Watson, approval reverse, 303-771-3528. 771-3528. Now, Bob, this is good news. I want to hook you up. I want to hook you up with someone who will help you through this process. I truly believe, Bob, Chapter 13, you're just screwing around. You're 84. Don't mess with it. You need to just do a Chapter 7 and get it over with and start living with your young bride and just forget about it. Really, if you have enough to live on monthly, just do it. And then don't charge up those cars ever again, of course.
He said he had like $6,000 in cash.
They'll probably take his cash unless he spends it.
Exactly.
And again, you don't want to spend, you know, like for fraud. You don't want to like just spend for the sake of spending, but you are certainly allowed to spend it on anything you need or you anticipate you will need.
Or a vacation.
Yeah, you can do that.
You could gamble it away.
Well, technically you can. I mean, you can do whatever you want as long as, you see, technically you're not supposed to dump cash in anticipation of a bankruptcy or give it away, wink, wink, so I can get it back. But if it's truly spent, you can do it. So, Bob, I just think you need to start enjoying life. What do you think?
Well, you have what a relief.
Yeah. And you love your home?
Oh, yeah.
Good. You can live there the rest of your life without making a payment. You can do the bankruptcy, get done with those monthly payments on all of that debt, take your Social Security and live on it and just have fun.
Great. Now, could you recommend somebody I can talk to?
Yes, we're going to do that off the air for you, okay? Just hang on. Suzanne, take line 1, please, and make a recommendation. Matt, I am sorry you waited. I know we called you back because you called us, but we have our car experts here, Al Aramis, Pro Auto Care, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission, and Nick Yutzi from Flexident of Colorado. And interestingly, we have some Facebook inquiries for him. Okay, go ahead. What's going on, Matt?
Okay, so the biggest issue is Ford is saying that my T-Mobile device in my truck is causing the issues. However, I hadn't owned the T-Mobile device when the issues occurred. I bought the device to track down the issues going wrong with my truck.
Yeah, and when we heard it, we talked to, and he did some research, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. He says while things can be interfered with, that's not just an overall excuse. They have to make the connection. So, Jeff, what do you think? He can clearly show he bought this after the problems occurred.
This doesn't sound like the two are
now,
associated.
what do they say when you bring that up?
It's crickets.
I can't believe it. Now, this warranty is through what dealer?
Silverhar Ford in Broomfield, Colorado.
And Ford Motor Company, right?
And Ford Motor Company directly. And the dealership is in fine, but they're stuck between Ford.
Right. Are you out of the warranty period?
No. Well within it.
Still even?
Yeah.
You know what? How much is this going to cost to fix?
I have no idea.
What do you mean you have no idea?
Well,
get an estimate.
Well, the estimate from last time I talked to my mechanic was $78,000, but he didn't want to pull the transmission.
7,000 or 8,000?
Yeah, because it's a new truck.
I think you have a small claims court action here. I do. The limit's $7,500, and the reason I think you have a case here is if it was me, I'm not going to give you advice, but I'll give you information. It goes up to $7,500. It's easy to file. It doesn't cost you much. I would sue, if it was me, I would sue the dealership for breach of contract and the manufacturer for breach of contract because they're not honoring the warranty, and they can't simply say, oh, it's because of your, navigation or your GPS. They have to show the connection. You can clearly show, I mean, this is a slam dunk. You can clearly show it was purchased after the reported problems. Now, do you have a written report and a chronology of the original problem?
I have a written report. I also have the chronology from Ford in Fort Collins, and Sproutley Bar Ford has been able to pull the codes, but the codes from Sproutley Bar Ford are not being able to be used at Silterhar Ford based upon Ford's recommendation.
I understand all this.
Duplicate it.
I can understand all this, but the fact remains you can show that X happened, and then you bought the GPS after X happened. So how are they going to do it? Before you go through all that trouble, though, I want Deputy Dan to give a call over there. He's pretty good at these kinds of problems. I want him to call over there and say, look, here's what's going to happen. And he talks to Silterhar, and they're going to say, well, our hands are tied. We're going to say, no, they're not. You speak to Ford, because you can speak to Ford, because you're a Ford dealer. But here's the deal. He's going to win. And that's just it. He's going to win. So hold on. We'll make a call before you do that. Or you may want to do that at the same time so we can be working in concert of each other. Now, I love this question on Facebook for Nick Yutzi. Hey, you Yutzi. Flexidentofcolorado.com. Here's something that I never heard before. Yes, I do have paint damage. Okay? But there's no creases. It's just the paint is damaged. You call it paintless dent repair. Now, I'm summarizing because the way they wrote it, I know what they're saying. Can't I still have the dent fixed? And, hey, I might want to touch up the paint or something on my own, but at least there won't be filler in there. I think that's a great question. Can't you fix a dent even if there is some paint damage?
Yeah. I mean, like you said,
think about it.
Scratch, we get a crease or something, puts a scratch going through there, and we can do a little touch up with that.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Even if there's paint repair, and now he is definitely a paintless dent repair place, let's face it. That's what they do. But if let's say you have some dings and the paint's chipped off, and you just want the dents out of there, and you can live with the chip, or you might just touch it up yourself. Now, what Yutzi and the gang will do, they'll pull out the dent. Where you can't do it is where you have that crease, right, that hard crease.
Yep, some creases are just too hard to get out. I mean,
but you know what? Estimates are free. That's the good part.
There you go.
All right, man. And we have more coming up.
Touch up. Think about that.
What happened?
You didn't hear anything.
No, I didn't hear you a second ago.
No. Paintless dent repair, but what if you have some dings and there is paint damage, big deal, but you still want to fix them? It's better than having filler. Why can't you pull them out and then they can, then the owner can have a paint? Yeah. I think it's a great question.
You got like 2 due to a crash. 1 vehicle is sideways at this time, so expect
1 or 30 or 1.
25 and 84. Okay. The rest of the drive across town in pretty good shape.
All right, Mike coming on.
Across town and just the delays in the typical spots on the highway.
Did you send me that spot the other day? I asked you to send me from our
later on today with a high of 40. Night snow showers overnight, a low of 27. Tomorrow another wintry day, wintry mix, a high of 44. Right now overcast and 29 in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans is with you every step of the way to provide a seamless mortgage experience. Visit Rocket.
Go for the real deal when it comes to stem cell therapy. Living stem cells. I hate wasting time talking about all the phonies out there, but really you have to differentiate the good guys from the bad guys. Now, these other clinics that ship in any kind of fluid whatsoever, whether it be umbilical cord blood or amniotic fluid, it is not living stem cells at the time. You can't do it. The only way to get living stem cells is to extract them at the time of treatment. Please do your research. You'll find Centeno Schultz, and you'll find Dr. Chris Centeno was the father of modern stem cell clinical therapy. And they have a chain of clinics called Regenex as well. Call them or find out about their next seminar at 303-963-9201, or go to this website, thestemcellexperts.com.
I feel bad she had to drive all the way here. I mailed it to her, didn't have to sign
I don't
it.
know, Mark, should we sign this?
Jeez, I don't even know what you guys are all crazy.
She looks nice.
Crazy. They
You know
totally lied.
my dealer finance angel I've been telling you about? He said that Matt needs to contact an RAV attorney, will probably win and get everything back. RAV attorney
What is
is
an RAV?
something vehicle. I don't know, I have to ask him again.
But
he
why?
says he'll probably win and get everything back, his payments, Ford will buy if he has a valid case, and he thought the guy sounded like he had a valid case. Can we get him on the air?
Case.
Can we get my expert angel on the air for
I
that?
wouldn't mind if you
Okay.
could explain it.
Okay.
Hold up, guys.
Is this okay?
Of course, you know, it's kind of redundant saying crap and Ford at the same time.
PriceFixerDenver.com. These are the guys that only employ True Tech Certified Techs. What does that mean? That means when they send out a technician, they don't work on commission. They're not going to upsell you. That is wonderful, wonderful thing. I love how these guys work. And listen, there's no trip charges ever. There's no diagnostic fees. Same-day service, and they have transparent pricing. You realize if your furnace or air conditioner is broken, you can generally call these guys up. You can go to PriceFixerDenver.com to get the phone number, but you can call them up, and they can almost always tell you how much the repair is going to be before they even come out. Transparent pricing. They also back everything they do with 6 guarantees, one of which is a 100% satisfaction guarantee. And my favorite, ready for this one, the lowest price guarantee. You got to check these guys out if you haven't yet. PriceFixerDenver.com. PriceFixerDenver.com.
I don't need that one.
Did you like that one?
Yeah, perfect. Great.
A career in an industry that's booming. The Colorado real estate market is hot.
High, low, fast, slow. I mean, you know, yeah, everything was there.
American finance.
Sometimes I sing people's commercial. Go to Pro Auto.
No,
Go to
high,
Pro
low,
Auto.
high, low, fast, slow. High, low, fast, slow.
You like that?
It's borderline.
Al will give you a free back massage with every oil change.
That's good.
As a mortgage consultant.
Hey, nobody do rap for him.
How about four free tires to the first 10 callers?
Oh my God!
Have you done that before?
We almost did another one for April Fools, but I thought you would.
You backed in. You didn't see my enthusiasm. My guys blew my phone up. These guys said I was giving away free tires. My guys called me. What did you do on Martino? People are calling about free tires.
Here's what I said to the callers. This is an April Fool's joke. It's not real, but call Alan, tell him you heard this. Free tires. So they knew damn well there was going to be free tires, but they were razzing him. He's like, oh my God, they're really pissed.
Some girl cursed me out. You and Martino, a bunch of
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. Genesis Total Exteriors is a place you can trust. You know, when you give money up front, it's never a good idea. Of course, Genesis doesn't take a lot of money up front. They might order stuff for you, and they get paid when they start the job or do the plans. And whatever it is, you can trust them. Genesis, which means the beginning, and they are with you from the beginning through the end. 303-679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. They also do, of course, interiors. Okay, let's talk. Eric is an expert that calls us from time to time on auto finance and auto deals. And he heard this Matt problem, and Matt had a problem or has a problem with his Ford. It's a very simple problem. It's not shifting right, the transmission, and they're blaming a computer that he plugged into the data port or a GPS. But he can show chronologically that that problem happened way before the GPS. Right, Matt?
Correct.
Okay, so let's ask this guy what his opinion is. What's going on, Eric?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. What did you hear that perked your interest or piqued your interest?
Well, the transmission issue is a known problem with Ford. What year is the truck? I didn't hear that one.
It's a 17. It's a F350.
It's a known problem. So that to begin with, when there's a known problem, as Ford and other manufacturers have had over the years, Ford has a special program that's called an RAV program, Reacquired Vehicle Program.
And what is it called? Reacquired?
Yeah, RAV, Reacquired Vehicle. There are attorneys that specialize.
That's like a buyback, and we're talking about the Lemon Law, right?
It's similar to the Lemon Law, but with Ford, one of the reasons that they don't do it is because it brands the title.
Okay.
And they can, so if they buy it back under those circumstances, they can recon the vehicle, and then they can still sell it without having a branded title.
You know, and by the way, I just want to tell Matt, he's talking about something other than the Lemon Law, because the Lemon Law is for the first year of ownership or the warranty period, whichever is less, and it's if they can't fix it 4 more times, and if you lose use of the vehicle of a cumulative total of 30 days or more. And here's the good thing about what Eric is talking about. Eric is talking about something aside from that. You know, and he's saying it's a program within Ford, and they obviously don't let a lot of people know about it, do they, Eric?
No. And here's the reason. You really want to stay away from Lemon Law if at all possible, because now you're involving state agencies.
Yeah, and guess what, Eric? The remedies aren't that great. If you win with the Lemon Law, a dealer buys you back for what's called current value. They take in depreciation. Sometimes people end up upside down anyways. It's not the panacea we thought it would be. Obviously, the best part of a Lemon Law is if it forces them to take a look and fix the damn thing. But let's talk about the Reacquired Vehicle Program. Are you saying that a lot of manufacturers have these behind the scenes in place?
Yes, but Ford is the most prevalent one because really, you know, they, in my opinion, they believe in taking care of their customers more.
Huh, okay.
That's just my opinion. They won't make it easy because it's obviously it's costly. But like I said, there are attorneys that specialize in doing these. I don't know any here in Colorado yet, but I'll do some research and see what I can find and get it back to you.
Oh, man, that's great. So, you know what you might do, Matt, is hit them from all fronts. You know, I told you about the small claims court thing, but I want you to get an actual estimate for how much it will really cost to fix it. But the other thing is, Eric will get back to us on this Reacquired Vehicle Program. It sounds like maybe if they know that you know what you're talking about and work behind the scenes, it'll help. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. Let's talk to Linda. Linda has a long-term disability issue. What's going on, Linda?
Well, I took long-term disability out through my work when they had it, not thinking really that I'd have to use it. I took short-term too. Anyway,
how much did it cost you, the long-term disability? How much did it cost you?
I was thinking it was like 50-something.
A month?
Biweekly.
Okay, 25. Okay, $100 a month?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so what's going on?
It was expensive.
Yeah.
So anyway, I did that for years and not thinking I need it. Well, I ended up having to have back surgery because I could hardly lift my legs. I had stenosis pretty bad and some other problems with the lower back.
Right.
Well, after they did the back surgery, I wasn't able to go back to work because of the lifting and everything else, and I really didn't recuperate well through it.
Yeah.
So then I had it through the Hartford, and they would call quite often and say, well, we don't have records, we don't have this, and so I'd get that.
So what's going on now? I mean, have you ever collected on it or not?
Yeah, I did. I collected on it, and so the Hartford, I collected on it, and in December, no check came in, so I had to call the Hartford, and they said, well, you know, we're sorry, we forgot to mail your check, but we'll
So
get your check out.
what are we calling about today? What can we do for you?
Oh, okay. Well, today is I'm not getting any checks from them. They stopped sending me.
How many have you actually gotten since you applied for long term? How many have you actually gotten? Have you gone a year on it?
I have.
Okay.
Have you gone a year on it, and they split it with
Have you gone more than a year?
Maybe a little bit over a year, but they split it with Social Security disability.
I understand.
So I seen their doctor, and so when they called me the last time, I said, well, what do you want me to do? And she said, we think your doctor's biased and all this other stuff, because I changed from Kaiser.
So are they trying to get you off of long-term disability?
Yeah, they've been trying. But,
and by the way, this is the way it is with disability. People pay, and they pay for years on it sometimes, and as soon as you go on it, the #1 goal of this company is to get you off it. And the way they do it, they even sometimes send people to spy on you.
Right.
It's terrible. As soon as you start collecting, they treat you like a criminal. So have they actually stopped paying yet?
They have, and what happened is they said, this is what happened last year. So now it's 2 years since my back surgery, but I ended up in the hospital. I had to have a right knee replacement. They replaced the knee.
I don't need to know all the medical stuff.
Okay.
I want to
But
know
anyway,
that what you're saying is they just won't put you on it.
No, now they send me a letter, and, you know, they're not going to pay me, I know that. But Social Security, I saw their doctor, and their doctor is paying me. So
Wait a minute. So Social Security recognizes your long-term disability, but the insurance company does not.
Right.
And are you kidding me?
This could be bad faith.
I know. I'm saying you could have Linda, you could have a fantastic case where you could get a lot of money from these people for bad faith. What's the name of this company, the long term?
The Hartford.
I'm actually shocked at that. Now, the other thing I want to ask, the Hartford, have you ever talked to an attorney?
No.
Okay. These bad faith cases can be done on contingency. And I'm thinking of Marco for this.
Let's try to get him on.
I think this is egregious, especially if you already are getting Social Security disability. If you had to sum up without a lot of explanation, let's say the top reason they say they are denying it, what would it be?
They say I can go back to work.
But Social Security says not.
Right, but this is what they say. They say every year or every 2 years they give their doctors these papers, and I said, well, she said, well, you'll have to see our doctor. So I said, okay, I'll see your doctor. And then they call me back and they say, no, you don't have to see our doctor. We're just not going to pay you anymore.
Yeah. Do you know why? Because they know that you have to pay to fight them, and they think you have to pay, and they don't. They don't think you're going to do it. So hold on, Linda. Hold on. I want to get Marco on to comment on this if we can.
This report is sponsored. Cities if they bust all the immigrants right to the sanctuary cities. Seriously, why would they be upset?
You're right, because they got to pay more money.
That's what they want, right, Mark? That's what they want. Give it to them. I agree with Trump on this.
I think I wish a lot of people would send their...
I think they're going to try to figure out how to do it. Wait, I don't have anything listed. What is it? Fix it? What is it, 30 or 60?
30.
How about that broad, is Centeno in this hour too with, what was she on? She was on that show, Aunt Betty, Aunt Becky, who did the college scam, you know what I'm talking about?
Laughlin?
Laughlin, yeah. Can you believe she's thinking of fighting this? Her ass could be in jail for fucking 10, 20.
They're not screwing around. I never thought I was going to get to this.
No, she's saying she didn't know what this guy was doing.
She got $500,000.
No, but she didn't take.
Do you know the #1 killer of furnaces and air conditioners is dirt? That's true. And Fix It 24/7. When they do their clean and check, they are truly cleaning it. I mean, they take it apart to the extent it can be taken apart. They make all the adjustments and the cleaning. They do each system for $39 bucks, which is a screaming deal. But now they're going to do both for just $48, and they do this during my show only. You got to make the appointment. You got to call today, 720-526-3939. Only for the next 20 people, 720-526-3939.
I think a red wave is coming. I think not only is the White House...
No, I think just the opposite.
Oh, my God.
I disagree.
Oh, my God. The left is going to come on so strong, they're taking over everything.
They got stupid policies.
Normal people that vote don't see it your way, bud.
Mark, I'm not telling you what my preference is. I'm telling you
there is a red wave coming.
He
might get the House and Senate. Well, he might get the Senate back or the House.
And people are seeing.
Don't you think liberals will?
They're terrified.
Liberals are going to sweep the election.
No, they have a strong hope, but the problem is their messaging. When people really
love the messaging.
Yes, the people that
open borders, sanctuary cities,
people that want that.
Everybody, even CNN is saying the border's a huge problem now.
Yeah, but they're blaming Trump.
No, they're not.
Well, of course they'll find a way to blame him. But
there's a red wave coming, man.
I agree with that because the policies are so far left that they are. The Green New Deal, no cars in 10 years. Come on.
They go out of their mind. It's impossible what they're trying
It's
to do.
impossible
And,
what they're
and that
saying. You're right.
collapsed economy that
And then all the conspiracy
Obama had.
Oh, how about that dumb broad that ran everybody out of New York City,
AOC.
ran Amazon?
AOC.
Even the people that live right there, her own,
constituents.
Thank you.
And of course, she's blaming other
Her
people.
own peeps are pissed.
Everybody
She's
crazy.
blaming other. I tell you, even the media.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
You got me back into using broad. I got to quit that. I shouldn't be using broad. It's not good.
You're using the word broad?
I don't use
He
broad.
uses broad all the time.
No.
Well,
The other day he goes, I can't believe that broad got knocked up.
Whoa!
I was shocked.
Hey,
And then he was talking about Russians.
let me tell you what we used in the
Oh, my
ratings and stuff. It wasn't good.
And
I remember the
got
cadence.
Moses built my counter. He got that handle. He installed it yesterday.
Did he do good?
It looks great.
I am so glad to hear that. I know what happened with Moses. Purely, he had his, he had 3 guys leave. He's been doing everything solo.
Yeah,
I'm not real hopeful that I'll get
How's
him
it
to know
look?
he wants to.
I'm doing
Want me
it. I'm
to
gonna
get
try
her
to put
information
my
and have
sign
Daphne
guy
schedule it
message
for early next week
putting a
of the call,
backlit
or do
sign
you want
on
to
it
finish the call?
with blue LED lights.
Okay.
With my
Okay.
company logo. So he can
make
message
sure
me and say,
that
hey, can you make me
I used to have the best neon guy in the world, man.
Well, this one, I'm doing the tape on LEDs.
I know what
Have
you're
you ever
talking
seen
about.
those? They're freaking great. So
And
I'm doing my logo with tape on LEDs. You can tape them to the back of it and put it on that counter.
Shoot me a
Like that.
picture of that.
Yeah, I'm
and
going to send it to you.
Would you leave him
So
a
it's going
deal
to be
too?
backlit. It won't make it translucent. I'm making it solid. The sign guy just messaged me. He's got to meet me at the store. I'm going to probably
So
come
wait a
back.
minute. You have the sign made.
Yeah, I have an oval with my logo, and
it's
I
on
paint
plexi.
LEDs with little legs, and so it shines on the counter. The blue comes off the sides.
The tape on, the little legs tape on and sets it off the surface.
Well, it's a strip, and it goes through, and you have a remote control. You can change the colors.
You've
and
seen
everything.
them.
Yeah, you've seen them. They're just,
You know,
Leave him a good
neon is
review.
basically
Yeah.
out the door.
On referral list.
yeah.
Neon is out the door. No one needs it anymore. Do they?
He finished up
No, neon
Machassi's
is
too. He
too much
did.
work.
He did something for
Can you
Mark.
show me online
Up in
the
his
link? What are
house.
you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, I need to know, like, because
Yeah.
I'm thinking about something I might
Well,
want to use.
I'm backlighting my TVs with that same. I have the backlight on the
But why
television.
TVs?
Because they're built into the wall with stacked stone, and it's black, and you'll have this blue halo around. Have you not seen them? They're doing them in showrooms all over the place. Oh, it freaking looks amazing, man.
Show me
It's good.
something.
Yeah, I'll show you. But
Or tell me where to go online.
I'm in Amazon. That's where I just ordered them, so it shows you right on it as soon as it loads up.
Do you still have that neon thing that says TSU from 20 years ago? Or did that get just lost in time, as they say? I just wondered whatever happened to Neon John. I really like that guy. You ever know someone that just dropped off the face of the earth? I mean, God, it's weird.
Yeah, it
I
just
want to see it. What did you just Google? What did you
I
just
just
do?
went to Amazon and typed in
LED backlight?
LED, yeah. LED strip.
I agree with you.
They get too far left.
Your average Democrat is very centered. I don't care what anybody says. And he's getting scared and she's getting scared.
Tom Martino here. Wow, we got a lot going on. Let's get to the phones. Our experts, Pro Auto Care, Kimmer Transmission, and Flexident of Colorado. John, I'm sorry that you were disconnected, but I think we're pretty much almost, I don't know what the recommendation is, that Ford Fiesta. Bottom line, the Ford Fiesta with a tranny problem. So what did you want to impart? What did you want to hear?
I was wondering if we were going to go back to one of your experts.
No. So, yeah, I understand that. Jeff, what do? Can you replace it with a replacement transmission of not the same kind? He doesn't like, in the Ford Fiesta, for those listening, basically they took a manual transmission and they made it automatic. The innards are all the same, are they?
The innards are all the same, yeah.
That's weird.
You have two electronic clutches on either side of it. It's actually technically it's two transmissions side by side.
It's a stupid idea.
And they don't work well. They
Can you replace it with something else?
With enough money and time, you can do anything. But you're better off to go buy another car.
Why would they do that? Why such a weird design?
Yeah,
they're not the only one, though.
No, Volkswagen
did it also.
Do they still does the Ford Fiesta, is it still being made, the Ford Fiesta?
Yes.
Do they still do that?
The DPS6 is still out there, yeah.
They still do the transmission?
No, it's not cheaper to do. And those clutches
why am I missing? Why would they do it?
I don't know. Because they didn't have to re-engineer on that side. They didn't have to re-engineer a whole transmission. They just reused what they have, which is odd in itself. Like, why do they even have manual transmissions to begin with anymore? Does anyone buy them?
You know, a lot of people do like them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're nice to drive.
John, you know what you could do? You could replace it with a manual transmission.
Yeah, but again, the cost that you're looking into doing that...
No, I mean a manual transmission made for the Ford Fiesta.
Yes, but you are still looking at extensive costs in doing that. You're going to have to change computers. It's a different starter. You're going to have to put in a whole clutch setup. It's a completely different setup.
Because with this automatic, it just shudders and shifts
it's
wrong.
Common complaints.
Maybe I'll do what he said, get a different car.
Yeah.
You know what? How many miles on this?
Sell it.
It has a lot, 150.
Yeah, you may as well, in my opinion. James, go ahead, sir. James.
Oh, yes, Tom. Hold on just a second, please.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. What age do you stop telling people to file bankruptcy and to get out here and bust their butt like I am right now?
James, I don't tell them. I don't tell them to file bankruptcy. I tell them it's a viable option. But in that case, I did tell him to file. Yes, I did. And the reason is, James, I'll tell you, the reason is that bankruptcy is legal and it's an alternative and it's put out there for people to use, not to abuse, but to use.
Okay. But the thing is, if you're 18 or 25 and you've just bought a car and you got turned upside down in it, tell them to get out there
James, I've never told anybody in that situation to go bankrupt. I've never done that. I tell people, here's when I tell people to do a bankruptcy. If they were cheated on a debt, or if they have so much... James, can you listen? Can you listen, James? If somebody was cheated on a debt, I believe the hell with them, they shouldn't get paid, okay? And also, when somebody does a mistake or they have astronomical medical bills and they're going to have an entire lifetime of debt, I don't believe people deserve a life sentence. That's all. I don't think people should go out and charge up cards and then say, screw you, everybody, I just took vacation, I'm going to go bankrupt. I agree with you. I don't think it should be used for convenience. Of course not.
The gentleman who just called you, and I'm not just knocking on him.
He's 84, man. He's 84.
How's he going to go out and bust ass?
Let me explain. Hold on, Mark. You don't have
go
to
ahead.
And then, so it's more along the lines of, prior to him being 84, he was 34, he was 24. It's about using your common sense. Everybody makes mistakes. Don't get me. Everybody makes mistakes, but it's not that she had a credit card.
Okay.
Credit.
Okay, but hold on. He had 5 credit cards. And James, he indicated to me that he worked his entire life, and recently he said he used his credit cards and piled up some debt. But let's just talk about this, okay? I just don't understand why a bankruptcy bothers people, because whether you like it or not, the fact remains, it does not hurt the economy. It actually helps it. Sorry, that's just a fact. Now, not massive bankruptcy, like if everybody did it all the time, of course not. And I do agree with you. People should step up and they should be responsible. It's not for convenience. Ideal Home Loans. For your next Ideal Home Loan.
With credit optimization,
It's part of the rules.
I know.
Take advantage. I'm going to tap Phillips. I'm gonna go meet up. I'm gonna meet my sign guy. Gonna be installing that deal. You guys have one week off.
So you are doing all of the light part yourself?
Yeah, you just no. The guy's making the sign, and he puts the light.
How strong are they?
They two-sided tape. I mean, you can't pull them. But the beauty is that strips, and then the strips has transitions. You pull it apart, and they give you 90 degree. Then if you want to go 90 degree.
But it's LED, not neon.
LED.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you said
Neon still has its place in
so
the world.
expensive.
Come
But
on.
this guy, so I got a guy who's going to install it. And
Have you seen where they take?
Well, they can actually, I mean,
Have you
they
seen where
blow
they take?
beautiful.
No, but you've seen where they take LED and put it in tubing.
Yeah.
And they make it. Well, and they. And
Yeah.
why would you spend the money on neon?
Yeah.
It's a gas, and it never lasts. They're always.
And if it breaks, it's over.
Did you ever notice neon always has something blinking?
Yeah, but that's what gives it its authenticity.
Correct.
So let's have a
So
great
we no
weekend.
longer getting filled with water on the counter?
See you, Russ.
How's it going, Al?
I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say who spilled and took out a very expensive piece of equipment under here and then created an entire cover-up. And the rest of us all now have to keep our lids on and our water bottles over here.
What's that?
That lid's on.
No, what's that cup?
Oh, shit. It's empty. It's empty.
That's empty.
I won't say who ruined it for the whole building. And then the program manager, reached out to every host in the building and said, will anybody cop to this? And if no one will cop to it, I have to put a new rule into effect. And someone decided still not to cop to it. So almost like in the military where something goes wrong and they make the whole platoon run instead of the one guy. But I will not drop any names. I would say Michael Brown if he was still on this station, it's possible, but it's not. What sucks is all the electronic problems started happening during our show.
Was it that big of an issue that it went down?
You didn't see the emails?
No, I've seen the email, but I mean, was that expensive?
Yeah, apparently. That was the funniest shit I ever watched. I sat at home watching that. I laughed my ass off.
You were at home at the time?
No.
Oh, you watched the...
Yeah. I went back and watched the video. I didn't even know anything happened. It was so funny.
A quadruple murder suspect now in custody in Phoenix, where police say that suspect is accused.
I felt bad for Ross, though, because most likely it was Ross.
Why would you have known that anything happened?
What do you mean?
If it happened somewhere on another show.
Because of emails.
Okay.
God,
I wanted to go there and watch you serve.
He looked good. I bought him dinner.
You bought him dinner.
Co-signed another loan.
Co-signed another loan with him.
Here, you're served. I feel so bad, though. Let me...
Remember that time the guy owed me money? I told you. He paid me back. He needed another loan.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, God, you had me. He did. He got me good.
Yeah. Did you get the box back?
Damn it. I couldn't believe it, though. So I get there. It's a private course, too. It's a country club.
Is it private?
So I'm like, hey, where's the caddy shack, man?
Where's the caddy shack?
I did, and then I thought, oh, no, he's maintenance, not a caddy. So I said, where's the maintenance thing? And they said, well, go here and then follow that down. It's about in the middle of the golf course. I'm like, you bastards. It's crazy.
Aren't we a sanctuary city?
Yes.
Denver is.
Not on the level of
not where I live. Franktown is not sanctuary. No sanctuary.
They used to deny it.
Now they embrace it.
No. I mean, no one. Remember, Peter Boyles would always tell people that, and they would deny it.
Is sponsored by Rocket.
I tell you, this problem.
Is he still working?
Yeah. This 300. You've heard of that Right to Survive thing, right?
Oh my God.
They're voting on it this in May here. So any green space.
All right, guys.
Quicken Loans is with you every step of the way to provide a seamless mortgage experience. Visit rocketmortgage.com. Licensed in all 50 states. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 3030.
You know, I say it every day, and I still have the hardest time believing that PriceFixerDenver.com, if you need your furnace or air conditioner repaired, they do not charge a trip charge. They do not charge a diagnostic fee. Same-day service, transparent pricing, and the lowest price guarantee. And don't forget, all their technicians are True Tech certified. What does that mean? They are not out to get you. They're not out there to upsell you. PriceFixerDenver.com for all your furnace and air conditioning needs.
So do you live in Denver? You and Nick?
Jeff would live in Denver.
Oh, okay. So anyway, they're voting on it to allow any homeless person.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't know they were calling for Right to Survive.
It's
that's what it's called, Right to Survive.
The cops can't even walk up.
And if they're in front of your house, if they camp in between the sidewalk and the
You can't tell them to move.
Can't tell them to move. Or if they park in there, it's illegal.
You know what's going to happen? It's going to be worse for them because people are going to get so mad when they call the cops saying won't do anything. They're going to end up knocking them over the head with baseball bats in the middle of the night.
The days of rolling bums is going to come back.
It is. Tom said we should do a show where we have the Bum Olympics.
You know, like the dwarf tossing? We'll do bum toss.
Kind of like
Remember that?
I love Stern. He told me Stern used to do that. I did. I had no idea he did.
He did what?
Yeah, on TV. I know. I looked it up.
He did what?
Homeless Olympics. Homeless Olympics.
Oh, I remember that! That was
Shopping
way back.
carts.
Yes.
The shopping cart races, what else?
And they literally get prizes. It was real.
I remember that's when it was good on TV. I remember that.
I don't know. There were some.
He had a show that went right up against Saturday Night Live.
How much
in
you
New York.
could stuff into your shopping bag?
You
know, like all your balls.
Who can panhandle the most?
Remember Seinfeld had the homeless going to pull the
rickshaws.
Who did?
So
They hired Newman and Kramer bought rickshaws from overseas real cheap. And then they went to the park and hired the homeless to pull the rickshaws. The problem is they strapped the homeless to the rickshaw and they took off with the rickshaw.
Oh, that is so fucking funny.
You can imagine going down to the Pepsi Center coming out and some homeless guys pulling a rickshaw.
No shirt.
And he looks so dirty.
I'll bet you they got that from Stern. Oh,
I don't know.
I'll bet you that was, I tell you, Seinfeld. But that's, yeah, they're voting May on that. I can't believe it. That's what it is. That's a terrible time.
Well, it's going to do. Denver, after it's in effect, if it passes, which I really doubt it will, I doubt it will.
Look at Seattle.
We'll see how much momentum this recall Polis thing gets going.
Oh, I hope God that would be. Even if they doesn't get it, I think they need 600,000 signatures to get on the ballot.
How many do they have?
There's like 2 or 3 different websites you can go to.
No, you got to sign in person, don't you? You sign
There's like 3
You
different
sign up there, they
organizations.
send you whatever.
Gotcha. No, I've been.
That's tough, man.
He's signing the red flag bill.
Can you imagine just a bunch of
That's gonna
homeless
get
in front of your front door, like literally?
Right.
Yeah, that's going to get cops killed.
I would like to say what.
It's going to get homeless killed. Honestly, it's going to
The
backfire.
red flag bill's getting signed today.
Oh, none of them like it. None of them like it.
It's going to be passed.
Right, he's signing it today.
Except for the freaking.
Not the homeless thing, the red
flag is
flag.
getting signed today.
Where they can confiscate your guns.
Without due process.
Without due process, that's the big
Yeah, but
thing.
that'll be fought up.
How is that? How is that?
Hello, Tom Martino here. This is Car Day today. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. Hey, all you have to do to be part of this is call us. Now, you can call us 24/7 at 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Wherever we are, that will catch up to us. For example, if you call and we're in the office, we'll take it. If we're not around, voicemail, and if we're on the show, it'll come right through to the studio. Right now, 303-MARTINO. Hey, so if you're listening to a podcast, we are the #1 podcast in all of Colorado, really. I don't know of anything that comes close. But we love doing what we do. We
Staggering.
also have the longest running radio show in America currently on the air with the same host. That's because we talk about everyday life. The number is 303-713-TALK. For Car Day, Al Ramos had to leave from Pro Auto Care, but he's with us in spirit. We have Jeff Vick from Kimmer Transmission, and we have Nick Yutzi from Flex Dent of Colorado. That's paintless dent repair. Let's go. Let's talk. We have David. David, what's going on with you, and how can we help you?
Yeah, Tom?
Yes, sir. What can we do to help?
Hey, so for a couple of years now, I've been trying to make it work with a relationship and been paying half the bills and everything with her and her kids. I'm also a single dad with my daughter.
How long have you been in this relationship, David?
The better part of 3 years.
Okay, and do you guys live together?
Yes, sir.
All right, and what's going on with it?
It has gone down in the last year to a point that I don't know what to do.
Okay, you have children?
I have a 16-year-old daughter, yeah.
And then does she have kids?
She has 3 kids.
Okay.
And
So what is your question?
I need help with if anybody in the Springs is willing to get me some help as far as a place to live.
What do you mean by help? What do you mean by help? You can just go out and rent a place or not?
I can't because I did a bankruptcy like a year ago. I have good job history. I have a really good job. I make good money. That's not the problem.
The BK shouldn't affect that too much.
I don't know, actually. I don't know.
It
I mean, if you put down a deposit, I don't think bankruptcy matters.
Yeah.
Did someone tell you, did you actually get turned down?
Yeah.
And they said it was because of a bankruptcy?
Because of my credit, yes.
Well, there are two different things. We didn't say you could have bad credit. We said that you could get there with a bankruptcy. So since your bankruptcy, have you had any dings?
Not at all.
Okay. And did no one offered you the option of putting down a deposit?
Well, I haven't. I've only checked 2 places. One took
We've got some experts we're going to try to get on.
About what?
They rent places out. They were in studio about a week ago.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. A management company.
Yeah.
Hold on, David, and we'll give you some tips. But listen, David, what you're trying to do what you're trying to do by trying to find someone who can help you out, what you're asking for is an exception. Can someone listen to you and talk to you and grant an exception? Well, I understand that completely, but you can do that with any landlord. You can say, hey, before I even apply, let me tell you, I have a bankruptcy in my past, but I am willing to put down a sizable deposit. That you will have to do no matter what.
Right.
So
I just hear you guys. I've had a personal experience where you give them the $50 to do your check, and then obviously I'm not the best candidate.
But
so
do you tell them up front, I am willing to put down a sizable deposit, or do you not have that ability, David?
I will in time, but I'm talking by the end of the month, I have to get out of there. I mean, it's just a bad situation.
Okay, and you have a 16-year-old girl, and you have to be out by the end of the month. Now, why is something so dire? How did that happen? That couldn't have just happened. Why did you paint yourself into a corner, David? You had to have seen this coming. I mean, you know, people call us at the last possible moment, and then they expect magic. Well, you're not going to be able to get help by the end of the month, so it's too late. I'm being straight with you. Why bother lying to you? Now, if you can wait, it might be better, but tell me why it must be at the end of the month.
Because my girlfriend decided to start drinking again, and it's out of control. I mean, it's to the point where...
Tell her to move.
What about her 3 kids?
It's all bad. I mean, she has a 22-year-old kid living at home, living off of what I'm paying. I'm giving her $1,000 a month, and it's going to her kids' insurance, her kids' food, her kids' drugs. I mean, it's just all bad. And
all
I tried to make it work.
Whose name is it in, the lease?
It's actually her dad's.
And how does he feel about her drinking with her kids there?
I tried to talk to him over Facebook. He pretty much is not even in the picture anymore. He moved to Florida last summer and pretty much doesn't even talk to me.
Well, as I said, David, I don't know what to tell you. You don't have money for a deposit. You have a bankruptcy in your past.
I don't think the bankruptcy, once again, has anything to do with it. He's got no money.
That's right.
I do have some money. I mean, I've been paying $1,000 a month.
No, but do you have any accumulated savings, sir?
At the end of the month, I could pay.
How much?
First grand, like $2,000.
Okay. So do you make just enough to live on?
Pretty much. I mean, yeah.
Well, David, you may have to go to a friend. You may have to go to a family member. I don't know what else to tell you. Or a shelter. I don't know what to. It's the middle of the month, and you say you have to be out at the end of the month. Well, she didn't give you that ultimatum, right?
Not directly, but I feel if I don't do something like.
Does your daughter have somewhere she can stay?
No, her mom is worse than where I'm at right now.
Okay. Well, you're just a barrel of laughs here, Bill. I mean, David. Listen, do you have family?
They're in Texas.
Okay. How long you been in Colorado?
20 years.
Okay. So listen, David, I hear a certain amount of resign in your voice. I hear a certain amount of helplessness. And listen, there's no magic formula here. You kind of got to get your ass in gear. And what I would do is I would say, look, this is what I would do. I can't leave at the end of the month. It would be endangering me and my daughter. I can't leave. I don't have the money. I will accumulate the money. I need to stay here. We will stay apart from each other, and I won't bother you. You don't bother me. I mean, you have to, man. You have to, I hate this expression, but be a man. Just take the situation, please, and take control. What are you going to do? I am not leaving. I've been paying you. I am entitled to a legal eviction. Okay? And I'm going to accumulate money, and if you want me out, you evict me. David, I don't know what else. That's what you have to do. You have to.
What is the process for a legal eviction?
She has to give you a 3-day notice, and if you and it has to be from the rent period, because she would be evicting you for what reason, I don't know. It wouldn't be for non-payment. But even if it was for non-payment, if you stop paying her to accumulate money, that would be an all right thing. You have to do something to help yourself. I would talk to her and say, look, we both want to part ways. I can't believe people can't talk. We both want to part ways. Please help me. I would like to do this or this or this. This is my plan. Why would people want to intentionally inflict pain and misery? Unless there's more to this than I know. You're saying she's a drunk. So does she work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I can't believe she's stoned down drunk all the time if she's holding a job. What kind of job does she do?
Walmart.
Okay. Maybe she does. Here's the deal. I'm going to just leave you with that advice. Take control of the situation. If you want, truly, if you want us to talk to her directly, and work something out, we would try to do that. 303-713-TALK. Julie, you need advice on a contractor ripping you off, you say? Julie?
Hello?
Are you getting ripped off by a contractor?
Yes.
What kind of contractor? I'm going to take your whole story after the break. What kind of contractor?
He's not a general contractor, so I don't know what his title is.
What is he doing for you?
So he was supposed to do a detached garage.
Ah, okay. And what area? What area are you in Colorado?
Yep, I'm close to Stapleton, just right in Aurora.
All right, hold on, Julie. I'll come right back to you.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
Minutes and 10 out of 60. Crashes, watch out for when you drive across town.
You keep in mind that Fix It and Plumline and those others are always live minutes for the record.
Due to that crash, solid backups on that stretch, so patch your patience there. And the wreck being cleared from Hampton and Sheridan to watch out for a couple of slow spots in the drive across town. Eastbound I-70 is stop and go between Washington and Baskin.
Oh man, I didn't buy anybody lunch. Is it too late for me to buy people lunch? I'm so sorry. God damn it. I should have bought you guys lunch.
To be extra freaky fast. No, I totally agree with the red wave. Totally agree with you.
Oh, it is.
I think the left pushed way too far. I really do. They're
going to get everything. We're going to be living in a socialist country.
If they have their way,
You are the worst predictor. His predictions are...
If you're in pain, joint pain, arthritic pain, you want to try to avoid surgery, but you need MDs that will give you true options, then you need Centeno Schultz, because they are MDs. And they'll let you know if you are a candidate for stem cell therapy. But here's the good news. If you're not, they also have other therapies, including referrals for surgery. Centeno Schultz, 303-963-9201. Find out about an evaluation for yourself or the next seminar, 303-963-9201. I also like the website that says it all, the StemCellExperts.com, thestemcellexperts.com. They can help you with rotator cuffs, knee pain, ACL tears with needles instead of knives. And they've been successful a huge percentage of the time. All you have to do is get evaluated by true, honest people with true, honest therapies, not fake stem cell, but genuine Centeno Schultz.
Was it Alan Greenspan that says the economy will start to fade very dramatically because of entitlement?
I'm looking at this red flag bill. How the frick? How the frick?
And that
You
agrees
haven't heard this?
How the frick
Not liberal.
did they get this
You know what
passed?
they do?
Because you've got a full Democratic
They're trying to
run.
push so far
With all
left.
Dems in control of every
Now
part,
they
every
come
part
back
of
to
this.
where, even where they'll say, hey,
Guys, listen. How did they get this red bill? If what you're saying
Red
is
flag?
true, the red flag, how'd they get it done if what you're saying is true? If we're not in a sweep, he's saying we're going to
Because
see
they
a sweep.
control the House, the Senate, and
Well,
the
that's what I'm
Senate.
saying. So why do you think
Why did they
we
do
have
it?
a red sweep coming?
Because
Because this is pissing people off.
Because we just had the blue sweep here, but a lot of it was because the Democrats.
And it's growing a growing number of states.
No, the Republican Party did not do a good job in Colorado. They didn't put good candidates up.
Horrible candidates.
They didn't go about it. The
law allows judges, this is the problem, to issue a seizure of firearms in extreme risk. Who's going to judge that? What's extreme
An
risk?
officer or family members, or I think
No,
employers can also.
no. As
Are they
long
changing to anyone?
as they go and the judge says, okay, it's a risk, boom, it's done.
Yeah. It's going to get, a lot of cops are saying they're not going to
It
follow the
says
order.
red flag laws have reduced
Most of the,
violence. Statistics show.
Most
How do
of
they
the
know
sheriffs.
This
This is one of the worst red flags they got here in Colorado that's been around.
Yeah. But it's going to get cops. There's already many officers. Or
Yeah, but someone's going to
departments
push
are
it
saying
up
they're
to
not
the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Yeah, right. It'll come back.
A lot of the departments are saying they will not.
You know, he's stacking these judges very well, man. Our liberal Ninth Circuit is fucking fading quickly.
Is that? Has he even had been one to the Ninth Circuit? I thought that, well, how many is in the Ninth Circuit? How many?
What was the other really huge red bill that they just put? Oh no, that's the one where they're trying to bring back the oil.
You know what's so bad about that is Polis was against it when they voted here in November, and now Polis okey-doked everybody big time.
Yeah, he wasn't against it. He actually tried to sue. He's got property up north. He tried to sue to get rid of oil pumps that were being built around his land.
No, he okey-doked the voters of Colorado.
Yeah.
He really did.
You know the thing that struck me, because he wins and then everybody's, yay, we elected the first gay governor, so on. I didn't even know until afterward that he was gay. I didn't know that.
They didn't push it.
Yeah.
No.
They talked about it every fucking time I heard about it.
I didn't hear about it
You
until
heard
after he was elected.
but they didn't. There's
Well,
many.
that's all I ever heard.
I mean, not that it would have made a difference, but next thing I know, the whole country's like, yay, Colorado. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's many media. You probably heard some other ones, because I had heard it, but I had heard other people say they didn't realize that.
Listen, the longest seizure would only be 365 days, or 364 days a year.
Yeah, and then if you haven't proven,
And then you got to go to court. You got to go to court.
You have to prove to get them back.
And it's,
Can you imagine if being in a divorce? Guess what's going to happen? Yeah, guaranteed.
Or just a relationship, not just a divorce, just a relationship. If she gets pissed off that, oh, he's got guns.
Piss somebody off the wrong way. You know, a lot of it came because of what I'm wearing.
And Doug goes one of the ones that is
Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
This guy got
Oh,
killed.
here, this is better. There has to be clear and convincing evidence to get a seizure, so we're protected. Hi, Tom.
I'm Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Julie said, I think I'm getting ripped off. What's going on, Julie? Julia,
Hi.
I'm sorry. Or is it Julie? Julie, right?
You're right. Yeah.
Okay, Julie, how are you getting ripped off?
I just want to also say I'm really nervous. So.
Oh, no problem. It's just you and me and a few 100,000 people. So.
Yeah, thanks.
No,
So,
seriously. When did this all start, Julie? I can help you out here.
Yeah. It started with a conversation in July. I was given a reference for a garage and a perimeter fence, just detached garage.
Okay.
Very
And
small.
when did you actually sign a contract?
In middle of October.
Okay. Wow. So, what does the contract say that he will do?
The contract, gosh, it goes over just structural information for the garage,
Okay.
perimeter, concrete.
Okay. Now, mid-October it was signed, and when did things start going south?
When I picked up on things going south was maybe in a little bit over end of December.
What happened? What was your first sign of trouble?
So, it's just me that owns the house.
Yeah.
And just kind of trying to figure out different things. I did check on references. He didn't have a website.
But what? So you were doing this after you signed the contract and while he was working?
Nope, I did it before. Sorry, I just wanted to say that. But I guess the red flag was there was always a delay with the permit. So he would say it hadn't been or dimensions needed to be changed, and the first time it actually wasn't submitted correctly online.
So did he start the job without a permit?
Can you clarify what the word start would mean?
Okay. Did he do groundbreaking of any kind, like digging a hole or putting in a foundation or anything?
No.
Okay. And to date, if you had to sum it up, what is done? To date, if you had to say the project is 10%, 20%, 30%, what? I'm not asking, by the way, what is done correctly. I'm asking what's done.
So 0. The only thing that was done is the privacy fence between my south neighbor and I was taken down and replaced with an orange
construction fence.
Yep, and then the same thing on my west fence.
All right.
But
So,
no digging.
all right. And that's the only thing that's been done. I mean, nothing else.
And I have materials that have been sitting on my property since December 4th.
Okay, now, how much did you give him in total from the very beginning till now? How much total?
He has $15,242.
Why would you give someone that much money?
Well, I will tell you.
Yeah.
The contract payment plan started, the initial payment was $5,000 to secure the contract, I guess.
Yeah, well, and by the way, first red flag should be, why do you need to secure a contract? What was the second payment?
Second payment was for lumber and materials delivered to property.
How much?
And that was about $7,000.
Now, do you have $7,000 worth of materials?
I have since learned that no, I do not.
Uh-oh. How much do you have?
If I had a guess, I would say $5,000.
Okay. Now, what else?
Or $4,000, $5,000.
What else? What other payments? You have $5,000 deposits, $7,000 for materials, both red flags, because he should be able to do that. Although there's nothing wrong with paying when materials are delivered once it's verified. Okay, what was the third payment?
Third payment was
well, actually that might be, there's a little more left. What was the third payment?
Third payment was for excavation, which
how much?
Again, roughly 3,000.
Okay, and tell me about that.
So this was right around New Year's, right after Christmas, getting ready to head out of town for a week for New Year's. And so he wanted to make sure I gave him the excavation money before I left.
And you did. Did the excavation get done?
No.
All right, so this guy is clearly a liar and a cheater, in my opinion. So what's his name? What's the name of the company, and how did you find him? I mean, you got in big trouble. How did you get in trouble? What's his name?
Okay, so I'm not ready to just say his name yet.
Well, then I can't help you, Julie. I mean, because if you say his name, we're going to start getting action. Say the company. What the hell are you waiting for? You paid almost a year ago. Excuse me. You started this, and you paid this guy last year and haven't seen anything. You paid for excavation, and not a shovel full of dirt was overturned, and you're not ready to say his name? What the hell are you protecting?
I know.
I think she's scared, Tom.
Julie, you don't have to be scared, but I'll tell you this. First of all, I want to make this clear. Is this guy violent?
I don't believe so.
All right, Julie, if you can't say the name, I'm not hanging up on you. The conversation is over. Suzanne can talk to you. We can't help you at all. I want to out the man. I want to pressure the man. I want to have somebody come over, and I want to go after the man, and I want to sue the man. Yeah.
Tom, it sounds like other people are already in line to go after him.
It doesn't matter. It's the most aggressive that'll be first. We have to warn people. This is Sleaze Brigade stuff, okay? But you have to help us out. The conversation is over until she can help us out. Talk to her off the air. I don't want to pressure her, but what the hell are you protecting, for God's sakes?
And think about the other people he might rip off.
I know it. Jan, you sound like you have an urgent problem here. You have a 2013 Chevy, and you can't get the key out of the ignition. Is that right?
It's a 2015 Chevy
A 15,
Colorado.
okay. 2015. What happened? Just one day it wouldn't come out?
Well, you know what? I go into park, and it won't come out. It won't. You know how it is? You have like 2 clicks of the ignition.
Yes.
So it won't do that second click.
So does it stay on? Is the battery still being?
No, it's off.
So the key won't turn completely off. Did you have anyone look at it?
Not yet. You know what I'm afraid of, Tom?
Is a ripoff.
No, I'm afraid. No, I love this truck. I got from Purefoy.
Okay.
It is an awesome.
Then why don't you drive up and see them?
And ask them?
Of course. Why would you be afraid if you bought it from Purefoy? Just drive it up there and say, look, I got a problem. Call them ahead of time. Tell Jerry. I mean, I'll bet you it's a simple fix.
I hope so, because I just thought they would have to change the key.
Yeah,
hold on.
There's a good possibility that it's actually the transmission shifter that's a problem. There's a TSB out for that because the shifter wasn't seated properly.
That's important to know. There's a technical service bulletin. Would that be paid for or not?
It's something that will most likely, because it was during this manufacturing where the shifter wasn't seated properly.
Hey, Julie, I'm sorry, Jan. Did you?
That's okay.
Did you even bother calling Purefoy to let them know?
Well, it just started happening about a week ago.
Okay.
And I was going to get with them because I've gone to them for everything else, and they're excellent. And
well,
Jerry is so good.
All right, I'll tell you what then.
I don't want a new key. That's
but hold on. I have to ask this. It begs the question. Why are you so hell-bent on not getting a new key? What's the reason?
Because I think that changed the locks and everything when you have that kind of a key.
You change the key. If they change the ignition key, do you have a key fob that opens and closes your doors?
Yes.
Well, what difference would that make? You wouldn't have to use the key on that.
Well, would you have to change the door lock?
The tumblers can also be coded to the key.
I think that they can simply cut a new key to match the old one and just put you can take the tumbler, the new ignition, and code it for the old key.
I gotcha.
So yes, you will need a new switch, but not necessarily a new key. I know what you mean about the new key, but then there's something else they can do, and I don't know if Chevy does it. But the key that opens both the car and the ignition doesn't necessarily have the same pattern, but what they do is they cut a key that has both patterns in common. I hope you're following this. So they can cut a key that opens the doors still, and then the new ridges for the other one, because sometimes if there's there's a way to cut a key that fits both, is what I'm asking, is what I'm saying. But I think Purify would take care of all of that for you and just say, look, I want to try to keep the same key if possible. Please help me. And I mean, especially a customer, they're going to be shocked you haven't called them sooner. So you should call right now and let me know what they say.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Dan Kaplis afternoons at 4, KHOW, Denver.
I got a problem, but I don't want to tell you the name. Did that woman say she wants our help, or did she refuse? I mean, I don't want her to. I mean, I'm not mad at her, but I want to help.
I'm not mad at her.
Bank of America and Morgan Stanley.
You guys know what cloaking is?
Cloaking?
It's not only when you stand up a date, but you also block them on any app or any social media.
Social media is going to be the downfall of this country. Because look at how much, look at all the, I'll guarantee you teen suicide is way up because of social media.
Yeah, it definitely has an impact, doesn't it? You know?
No, and they can
There's also a lot of good, though.
Shares are down almost 4% today on the news. With the
what?
report,
Okay, let's just look at the economy.
That's because of social media.
No, I'm saying social media and some of those big companies like Google and Facebook and Twitter, yeah, they have created a shitload of jobs and wealth.
Well,
a shitload.
I do
all
agree.
that wealth buys boats and houses and bikes.
About the desperate caller?
Yes.
I don't know what he wants from us, but call him.
Right, I'll
See, we
call
can
him.
help the poor guy. Sometimes people like that end up in.
I know that's what Suzanne said. He didn't want to come on, but he.
Not only that, think of all the free porn sites that have come out of social media.
No, I do got to say, using YouTube, I didn't think YouTube would be it, but the stuff you can learn on YouTube. I mean, your guys, you probably use it and stuff.
There's been a time or two.
You know, next week while I'm gone, make sure I don't. There should only be 2 a day maximum. I realize what happened this week, but seriously, man. Don't. And if there is more than 2,
but you could just be a dweeb and look on YouTube how to do painless dent repair. I'm serious.
That doesn't mean you're doing well.
Exactly. You're right.
Hold on, Big Mouth Dan. Mark Major for Big Mouth Dan and Dan's List. Do you want to advertise in one of the biggest lists ever? Go to damslist.com.
Is that available?
Seamless mortgage experience. Visit Rocket Mortgage.
I actually had a customer who went and did that, pulled up, got a price for fixing the hell damage.
Hold on.
Went and looked at the video.
PriceFixerDenver.com. Man, I love these guys. They are changing the entire industry. Anything you need with your furnace or air conditioner, you want to go to PriceFixerDenver.com. Whether you want the best price on getting it repaired or the absolute lowest price, including the lowest price guarantee on a brand new system. PriceFixerDenver.com. You can get their phone number. They also have 24/7 emergency services. They're the best out there. You ready? PriceFixerDenver.com.
Why don't you marry him?
What's that?
Why don't you marry him? You said I love that.
I don't mean to say the best. I forget not to.
I love that. Why don't you marry him?
If you love him, why don't you marry him? Maybe I did marry him. Can you marry a business?
So you're saying somebody came up and tried to do?
Yep.
Was the glue type?
Well, I had that once too, but actually one guy was actually taking a screw.
Well, that is really silly.
What was he doing?
Trying to push it up, the dent's out. Watch us do it. So he went and grabbed something and
that's
back, and the investment went from $2,000 to $3,800.
Oh, because he tried it.
He screwed it up. I got to knock everything back down, make the dents bigger, and repair it.
Right.
Wow.
Well, like the glue stuff, I mean, that'd be a good thing to practice. I was going to practice on Tom's car, but he didn't want me to.
So I had that too, where they pull them up, and they leave a big old high spot, and they miss the center of the dent, and it's oblong.
People were going so nuts over this.
Game of Thrones is the best.
Jerry.
The best, Jerry.
I got to try it.
I cannot. You better start from the beginning.
I did, and I couldn't. I'm smart, but I couldn't follow it.
Oh, you follow it after By the time you're in the third season, you'll have it.
But don't they mention a lot of kingdoms and shit you didn't
By
like?
the third season,
okay,
you'll have
but
it.
so in the first two, you were kind of confused too.
Fuck yeah.
So you didn't try to remember all of them and all.
Gotta keep notes.
Okay.
I don't care enough. Game of Thrones. This is the Game of Thrones.
He doesn't realize. He, honest to God, doesn't think he's an instigator. He doesn't believe it.
That's all he does.
He really does not see himself in that eye.
Little remarks all the time.
Always throwing shit out. Spilling shit.
Always. You know what, Mario Lopez
Don't.
is a dick.
Who?
Mario Lopez. When we interviewed him, he's a dick.
Oh, we met him in.
How was he at the event? I know, but when I interviewed him,
He was screwed up.
Pain pills, you think?
No, definitely on pain
Because
pills.
he was had a broken leg or...
He did, man. He was on this little one-thing scooter.
So was he nice?
He was all right, yeah. He didn't draw a crowd, man. There was like 15 people.
That has to piss him off that he goes somewhere and can't fucking draw a crowd.
Yeah, but you know, they must pay him pretty nice. Oh no, it's his own brand of tequila.
You know what? His show, I mean, he has a good... This show is popular.
They generally don't. These guys that own their own tequila, though, I mean, they just hire him for the face, right?
Yeah, most of the
They
time.
give him like 1% and he says he owns it.
A lot of celebrities have tequila. Why tequila, not whiskey?
You said Trevor? That's the guy you say you don't like? Who?
No, Mario Lopez.
Oh.
Didn't you go to the event with us?
Yo, Tom Martino here. Did that woman talk to us off the air about that contractor? I don't want her to think I don't want to help her.
Is Suzanne talking to her off the air? Julie, is she talking to Julie?
Yes.
Good. I want Julie to know we want to help her.
Tom, she's going to get everything together and get back to me next
Okay.
week. She is scared, just
All
so
right.
you know.
You know, the power of the show is because we're on the air. That's how we take this light and shine it on these cockroaches.
Tim, what about these safety recalls? What are you talking about? It's on a Raptor?
Yeah, so here's the situation. Last year, on the 28th, my wife's cousin, my friend, got into an
Did you
accident.
say last year?
Yeah.
On the 28th of what? There's 12
this
to
month.
pick. Oh, you mean last month. Okay, what happened?
No, of April of last year, 28th.
Oh, okay. April 28th last year, what happened?
My cousin's wife, my good friend, got in an accident and passed away.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and...
Your friend passed away?
Yes.
And was it your vehicle?
No, it was his.
Okay, so what are you asking about?
And so, March 18th, his mother received a recall letter in the mail.
Wow.
And we don't know what to do now.
Okay, so hold on. The car is, this is the car that was wrecked that has the recall, is that right?
Correct.
Now, are you thinking, wait a minute, this recall is why he was killed?
It could be a factor, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so you would sue, his estate would sue, you mean, for suffering, or the mom. Well, let's ask a few questions. What is the recall?
It's on his transmission. It said it would suddenly drop into first gear, causing it to crash.
Ooh, holy crap.
We have a lot of calls on this.
So you're thinking, wait a minute, my friend died last year. Could it be this problem?
Right.
Huh. Well, obviously, you'd want to call John Fuller and tell him, seriously, just call him. You can call him. You don't, and just say, look, who would bring the lawsuit? Is there a lawsuit? I mean, this is a prime example of where I tell people to call 303-597-4500. The reason I tell them to call is for any question you have. Like, here's what I would ask. First and foremost, we know that the recall involves safety. Are manufacturers liable when they have something and it kills someone before the recall? And then the second one I'd ask, can this deceased, can the estate sue, or does the mom sue? Does the wife sue, or whoever? In other words, who has standing in this? Right. You really need to find out. I mean, I definitely wouldn't let it go. If this was a safety recall, which it is, of course, all recalls are safety, but this is a serious one, and he died possibly from this. Is that vehicle still around? This might be the rub here. Is that vehicle long gone?
That's I couldn't tell you right now. I have no clue where it's at right now. If it's crushed or still in the impound yard or wherever they took it to.
You have to figure out where it is. I don't know if it's going to be required or not to know where that is. This is another question to ask John Fuller.
I think he'd have to have the truck. Are you saying he could proceed without it?
What I'm saying is you proceed because there's an accident report and maybe there were skid marks. Who knows? I don't know. But if they have a known safety issue and the guy was in an accident, was the other person killed or was it only one car?
He just went head on to a bridge.
Who else was in the car?
Just him.
Okay. And this was his car?
Yeah.
This is terrible. But Tim, who knows if you'll be able to reconstruct this. I would love to get John Fuller on. You know, we may do that, but I don't know if we can get him today. Suzanne, can you set this up for Monday? With thanks. Hold on. Tim, let's revisit this. Bill's got a question or a situation with Colorado police. Is that what you're talking about?
No, Tom. It's the interface with the Department of Motor Vehicles and the police.
What do you mean?
Well, to give you an example, my registration is paid. I have a receipt for it. I have a sticker.
Yes.
But the interface system with the police does not understand that my registration is paid. They show that I am delinquent.
Why is that? Why? Hold on. You paid it. Did you pay it late?
No, paid it early.
Okay, you paid your registration.
I went into the office.
And you have your registration. You have it, right?
Yes.
Okay, and when the police look at the computer, it shows delinquent.
And that I need a smog cert.
And you need a what? Okay. An emissions test. Well,
yes.
What about the emissions test? What about that part?
I don't need it.
Because your vehicle is new.
Well, no, because I go through the smog sniffers and pass every month or every time.
Why is it that information is not being related to the police computer? Don't they tap into the motor vehicle computer? Like right now, if you called motor vehicle, would they show you paid?
I'm sorry. What was the question again? Somebody was just talking to me.
Would motor vehicles show you paid right now if you called them?
Yes, and they did. And
you have everything to prove it. Now, how do you know the police show you delinquent?
Because I got pulled over by Nevada, and I talked to my local police, and they say that it's unpaid.
You were pulled over in Nevada?
Yes.
Okay.
And I also checked with my local police as well, and they show the same.
Okay, but yet you have a sticker, right?
Yes.
And it shows current, right?
Yes.
Then it shouldn't be an issue to you.
Well, no, but the problem is that the state police, they don't look at your plate. They have a reader, so their reader is going to show that you're not paid.
The reader, what do you mean a reader?
It reads a license plate and then reports back. It just constantly looks at plates all the time when they're driving to look for ones that are out.
Oh, it's one of those.
It's a computer.
Right. It's the automatic scanning, like Blinker does when you take a picture of your car and it brings back information on your car.
That's right.
So it's an optical reader. Got it. And so have you gotten stopped because of it?
Well, I was stopped in Nevada. That was my problem. I was stopped in Nevada for driving Coloradoan.
Right. Right. And you were stopped, but do other states care if you have an expired registration in your home state? I don't know. Do they?
Yeah, that's why I was pulled over.
Did you get a ticket?
No, I was pulled over because the suspicion was that I had a fraudulent plate.
Right. Did you get
fraudulent?
But you didn't get a ticket.
No, because I showed my receipt.
Well, you just show your registration is what you show.
No, that wasn't good enough.
Why?
I had to show my receipt that I had paid it because he didn't believe that my sticker was legitimate.
But what's the fix anyhow? I mean, I don't get it. So the database isn't updated. I mean, you must know more than we do.
I know. I mean, what is the problem? What is it?
The problem is that others out there have the same issue and that they may not know it.
But how will it hurt them? It's not going to hurt them.
being pulled over for no reason at all.
It's not going to hurt
nothing.
them.
Well, okay. But
I mean,
good.
it's not it's not desirable, Bill.
Unless they got an open container or something else going on.
There's something going on inside the car, but the thing is that the police now have a reason to look inside your car for no reason. Like I said, I have a legitimate sticker. He didn't believe me.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get what you're saying. But you didn't...
because you thought my plate was fraudulent.
We should email our angel at DMV and just see what they say.
We have to find out what's going on. Bill, I'm not... here, we don't know you from Adam, so I don't even know if this is really happening. Or was it a glitch for your car? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure, Bill, but that's what we have to check. Is it a glitch for your car, or does it happen to everyone?
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
The highway drive loading up
so they can randomly pull people over and check without probable cause. That's what he. I thought that's what he literally
he complained
just said.
he got pulled over for driving Colorado. Someone accusing the officer of looking for pot.
Right. That's very possible.
That's what he's getting. Well, that's it. So that's their probable cause.
Going motherfucker.
I mean, he had his bong out. He was driving. He was on autopilot.
Yeah. And what if this did occur and the cop did want to check him for pot? What's to say he didn't make
Where did he get pulled over, though?
In Nevada.
Well, Nevada's legal everywhere anyhow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. The liquor industry tried their damnedest to stop it, and they could not.
Can you smoke in the casinos?
Visit rocketmortgage.com.
Try edibles.
Let's talk. Fix It 24/7. As I said, they're doing both the air conditioner and the furnace, cleaning, adjusting, and checking all of the systems, both of them, for just $48. That is an incredible deal. I opened it up to 20 people. The first hour, I'll open it up for another 10. Call them. It's an extraordinary deal. 720-526-3939. That's 720-526-3939.
Reliable internet. Is that important to your business?
We couldn't work without it.
At Comcast Business, we go beyond fast with amazing
The Raiders start playing there this year.
Oh, what kind of solutions?
I'll tell you what.
I'd rather them be high at the game than drunk, though. Well, in Oakland, I don't know. In Vegas, man, it's going to be big money in those games.
For the longest time, you couldn't have a professional sports organization in Las Vegas.
Nor could you bet on one.
Why?
Because of the gaming regulations.
Oh, so they have. So the Raiders will be now.
The Raiders will be there, and then you have what the hockey's.
Don't they have basketball too?
What a great sports town, but they don't have many people really.
It doesn't matter. They all fly in.
I know, but who are their fans?
What a smart city. I bet you that city said we'll pay for that stadium. They're going to get more flights in there, more hotel revenue.
Yeah, if you really think they'll develop a fan base is what I'm asking.
Oh, no.
No, they sold out.
I know that.
They're sold out. They sold the rights just like Broncos do. You buy the rights to buy the tickets. They're sold out, man.
But here Denver wants to, they're playing Raiders there. They said, well, let's make it gambling and go see the Denver Broncos.
You know how much airfare is to Vegas from here on Frontier? It's like $29.
I bet that goes up.
Easy.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Well, they just fly constantly. So, I mean, they really go back. It's not till the 15th.
I know, Monday.
Well, you call me on the 15th. I don't take this early bird shit.
What was that? What?
I don't take this. I might as well. When's your birthday? Happy birthday. See how
Call me on my birthday. Call me on my
Listening over here with a two-legged twat monkey. What the fuck was that?
Good comeback. Good comeback.
Never heard that one. I've been referred to as a lot of things, but never a twat monkey.
Two-legged.
Hey, that's better than a what? A one-legged twat monkey.
That depends.
Why?
If you don't have to enter the ass-kicking contest, doesn't matter.
Nick, you're always so quiet. Did people call you in high school putz?
No.
I mean, no one ever did that, honest to God.
Yahtzee, well, Putsy.
Putsy.
I think I heard
Yeah.
But Yahtzee was the big one, because Yahtzee was so...
Oh, the game Yahtzee?
Let's play. Are you good at Yahtzee?
Yeah.
How can you be good at Yahtzee?
The only strategical part, the only strategery in Yahtzee is when to take your chance.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Don't forget, Flexident of Colorado.com. Has it slowed down because all of the dents are fixed? No, seriously, from all the major storms, or are there still a lot out there that haven't even touched it?
Yeah, no, they're still out there. That people they just didn't want to bother with all the.
But you must be able to get them done pretty quick now, right?
Oh yeah.
But are you getting mostly hail people in right now from old storms?
Yeah, I'm already doing a lot.
And then you're going to have a bunch of new storms coming up. You know we will.
Yep, I'm actually got one right now I'm working on from 3 years ago, that golden storm.
Man,
yep.
Holy crap! Okay, let's keep going here. Jeff's got a comment on this DMV registrations. What the guy said. I don't know. Here's what he said. He said that DMV computers, when you pay, do not upload to police computers, and police don't know if your registration is paid or not.
Or worse, it shows not paid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long it goes on, if it's just a glitch. We're going to look into it, though. Jeff, what do you have to say?
Hey, I actually work for a police department. I'm not an officer. I'm a dispatcher, so I get the receiving end of all those transactions.
Yeah.
And he is correct 50%. So
what does that mean?
When you go and you get a temporary tag, the paper license plate, it does take, I can't give you an actual timeline, but it does take at least a couple of days for that to get uploaded for the police department system, the NCIC, CCIC system, to talk to the DMV system in Colorado.
So they're two separate systems.
Correct, yeah. And so when you are running a plate, whether a police dispatcher is doing it or a police officer is doing it, it'll come back no record for that plate, which is why that officer out of state, especially because they're not used to it, thought, oh, this is probably a fraudulent plate. I need to investigate this further.
But you got to be within that couple-day window, you're saying?
Well, in his case, it didn't show no information. It just showed that it was expired, right? Because once it expires, Jeff, it's still in the police computer. It just doesn't show that it's been updated, right?
Sometimes. So
wait. So are you saying when it expires, it can actually drop out of the system?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
The DMV just got this new system at I want to say the beginning of the year.
Okay.
Or so. And they've had a lot of glitches with it.
Well, you know what, though? This is good information, though. It's good information. So are police computers uploaded regularly or monthly, or how does it work?
I don't think it's on the police computer side. I think it's on the DMV side.
Right, because DMV uploads to the police. All right, this is good information, but I don't want to dwell on it because then we get into the teeth-pulling session where you get too much information. Jason, you have a question about warming up vehicles.
Oh yeah, you know how everyone says you should warm up your vehicle when it's cold outside, or just in general?
In general, I've heard that. I never do. Do people, guys, does it need warming up for a certain amount of time?
If you have, regular temps from the 60s and 70s and fire it up, let it run for, 30, 40 seconds before you take off. But
what about in the deep cold?
When it gets cold, yeah, I like to let them warm up.
How much time?
Particularly if it's diesel. So you start to build a little bit of
But how much time for a normal car with 30 degrees, 20 degrees?
No, maybe 3 or 4 minutes.
That long?
Yeah.
I never wait that. Do you ever wait that long? I never wait. I'd like to say I do, but I don't.
What about turbos? Don't you got to warm them up?
Well, the turbo doesn't really, although it's working all the time, it doesn't really become active until you're actually getting into higher RPM.
Jason, what do you have?
Oh, I've got a 2002 Nissan Xterra, but I always just turn it on and just go.
So do I. Yeah.
Cold, so.
I might warm up by mistake if I'm checking texts or something, but
or you warm it up simply to warm it up.
Yeah, I mean I see what you're saying. Yeah, the heat. Yeah. But here's the deal.
You won't cause no damage or nothing like that.
You're not supposed to with the multi-visc. That's why they have it. You're not supposed to. Hey, Robert, you need a chimney sweep in Colorado Springs. Mark, do we know anybody? Huh?
No, not in Colorado Springs. We've got only a couple in Denver on referral list.
You might want to go to referrallist.com, Robert, and ask the guys in Denver if they know anyone down there. We're out of time, folks. I'm sorry. Don't forget Kimmer Transmission and Flexident of Colorado, and that's transmissionsdenver.com. Save all your problems for me.
It's time to join the millions of people that...
But you just drive slow. I mean, if you just drive slow for a while, that's one.
Yeah, what are you going to do, drive slow on the highway?
Yeah.
What happens if you're starting a race, dude? You're not going to want to drive slow. God, you are so ridiculous sometimes. Now tell Nick where he got his shoes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, already did.
You already did?
Did you ever get us lunch? Where's our lunch?
We also we did something after that.
Oh, okay.
Buddy Mitchell's the owner of great business.
Each penny he took out was